Say that again.
So we're live now, yeah?
Yeah, let's have it.
It's happening. We've got TK in the building. TK Boff, you know.
What's going on?
Chelsea fan, respected Chelsea fan, season ticket holder for how long?
25 years, something like that. I'd say 24 years.
Yeah, that's the first comment. Well, actually, we had some before that. Is Jimmy dead? I'm here. No Felix, no party. Cole Palmer different. Is Jimmy dead?
Who's DCF?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know because I see screen name. I see their names pop up. I don't see who they actually are.
Right,
It's
okay.
like I've had Brio on here before, and I didn't know it was him. I've had. Do you remember Tosin from
Riverside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been on here chatting shit. I didn't know it was him. I had no idea. But yeah, let me. I want to get my Twitter up quickly so I can just send a link. Oh, he started again. 180. Straight out the back. He's on a 9 data. Oh, what's going on here? I've got to sign back in again. 2 secs. I had to because I had to do that Gmail stuff. It signed me out of everything.
Oh, it's all a bit of hassle, this, isn't it? Takes some getting used to.
Oh, you know what? Forget the link. So anyway, Chelsea mid-season review. Let me get my shit up quickly. When was the last time you went Chelsea anyway?
I want to say the Brighton game, I think. Might have been one after that. Brighton game, yeah. I think maybe it might have been. Yeah, I've been a few times this year. Yeah, I've made a conscious effort. I need to try and go a bit more this year.
You're always selling your ticket, man.
Oh no, selling that. It's hard when you've got the kids and trying to work and whatever else.
Yeah. But you're in the Matthew Harding lower, innit?
Matthew Harding lower, yeah.
Right behind the goal. You still there, yeah? Same position, yeah?
Yeah, same position.
So everyone tuning in.
For a while now. I think like 16 years, I think. Still got the geezer in front.
Have you, yeah? and his boy, yeah? Or is it the one and him and his dad, yeah?
Yeah, and his mum as well, and I think it's his younger brother.
Are we brothers? Yeah, we are.
Not blood, but
not
we
blood
are
brothers. But we've known each other for like, I don't even know now. It's long, 20-something years.
20-something years, yeah.
And his family is responsible for taking me to a lot of Chelsea games.
My mum just said next time she's not going, you can have her ticket, by the way. Don't know if you heard her.
Thanks. Thanks, Joanne. Give me 2 seconds. I've got to try and get this. Trying to get this. I need to log back into my Twitter, but it's not doing it.
Well, you trying to go live on Twitter?
No, I just want to like send a tweet out. But normally my thing's already like logged on.
Oh, okay.
It ain't done it. It's always like this, to be fair. There we go, I'm in. So I'll just say, while we're doing it, I'll say we're live. So everybody knows you're now TK, Bob, in the building. Same accent, same hat, same beards. Different top.
What can we say? Different top, yeah. I'm presenting today.
Yeah. We could switch. MVG's turning it up now.
It's about time.
I said that. I said he's a momentum player. As soon as he gets going, that's it. He gets going. Yeah, Littler just got a 180, so we'll shut that up straight away. Anyway, so I wanted to start. Well, obviously, we talk about Chelsea. Obviously, we'll talk about our expectations before the season started. Then the transfer. We'll go periodically. So from the start of the season, well, before the start of the season, then we'll work all the way through to where we are right now and where we think we're going to be. So first of all, what was your, before we started the season, obviously the back of last season, we've had 2 years of hell. Do you know what I'm saying? It's been absolutely dross. I'd understand why you didn't go or whatever. I'd be selling my ticket as well because it's been terrible. The football's been crap. New manager, new signings. We go into this season. We have all the negativity behind us like we do every season.
Yeah, there's a lot of negatives.
We get off to a good start. So, but before all of that happened, what was your expectations going into this season?
Going into the season, it's a bit of a tough one because I weren't sure about Maresca. Obviously, at the back end of last season, we actually started finished off quite well. I think if you look at like the form from like January onwards, I think we was 4th after obviously.
Well,
City,
I think we got exactly the same amount of points as we got now. Because I've seen that tweet. People have been saying like Poch's last 18 or 19 games was exactly the same as Enzo's first.
Right, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, there you go. So obviously
we ended the season well.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Obviously, it's Maresca's first 6 months. So it's sort of, whereas it was Poch's last 6 months. So he had a pre-season, 6 months worth of games. You know what I'm trying to say? So it is a bit of a stupid comparison, but yeah, I think back into the season we finished off well. So then going into this new season, I was actually quite excited under Poch, and then obviously come out that he was leaving. So then I was thinking, all right, cool. So we get Maresca in. I'm thinking, like.
So was you happy for Poch to stay if he did?
I didn't mind. I wasn't happy or unhappy if he stayed or if he went. Like it was one of them. It was one of them ones that I just feel like there was something drastically missing at Chelsea last season, and I think it's been missing for the last God knows how long, probably since Costa left, really, and that's that killer number 9, and we still haven't really got that in. But everyone else is sort of chipping in around at the minute, which is making it a lot better. Cole's obviously on fire again. Neto's like starting to chip in with a couple of goals. Madueke's obviously started the season quite well. He's drifted off a little bit now, but as I say, everyone else is starting to chip in with goals. So it's sort of it's balancing out that killer number 9 that we need, but I still do think we need that number 9. But
see, I was similar. I didn't last season. I didn't really rate Poch because I thought you made too many as a manager. I thought you made too many mistakes.
I think that starting off with Colwell inverting, or Colwell starting at left back, shall I say? Sorry, not inverting.
Like pre-season, it was fantastic.
Mate, pre-season, we was unbelievable last season.
I thought we were going to go into this is going to be unreal,
Yeah. But then,
as soon as he started the season, he did like you said, he did Colwell left back, didn't he? Chilwell left wing, and I was just like, what is going? Why has he changed it all? What he was doing was working, and he just changed it all. Obviously, Nkunku got injured as well.
Yeah, it was like he had pre-season to experiment, and then he shit himself as soon as the season started.
Exactly that. But I mean, he had horrific injuries last season.
Oh yeah, big time. Our injury list last season was terrible, and it's like the complete opposite this season. I mean, we've started to pick up a couple of injuries now, but up until a few weeks ago, our squad was like, yeah, here we go. Like we're getting
the only thing I didn't like about last season is because I know that Poch has got a history of having teams with a lot of injuries. Like when he went PSG, he had the same, and a lot of the players apparently blame his training tactics and stuff like that. So I was a bit like,
it's weird though, because we're not like under Poch. We wasn't really like a high pressing team. We weren't like a million miles an hour kind of thing. So I don't really get. Maybe obviously, like you say, maybe it was his training techniques and things like that, and maybe he was like forcing a lot of. He was forcing a lot of. What's that pre-season? It was insane.
Give me 2 seconds. Just going to turn this heating off.
Yeah, no, Jackson. I'm not even going to lie. I was one of them that said about Jackson being the next Drogba. But
in pre-season?
Pre-season. I was thinking, oh my God, what have we got here? We've just signed this season for 30 mil. I'm thinking we've got a steal. But don't get me wrong. He's showing good signs this season, I think. But
yeah, definitely, I agree.
He's just them killer chances that he misses. That's what kills him a lot of the time.
I just think he goes in and out of doing stupid things every now and again, and you just think like. Maybe that's his experience. I don't know because he hasn't got many. A bit like
he's not. Yeah. He never had that many seasons under his belt.
Yeah, he didn't have much. Years behind him.
Hopefully that is the case. Hopefully he grows into it and he matures into it and he becomes that sort of because there is so much to his game where you think there is a top striker in there. It's just sort of the finishing pieces to it kind of thing. And I think, don't get me wrong, he's still only young. I think, what's he, 23, 24? So he could still turn out to be a top player. Like, strikers don't come into their prime until they're like 26, 27.
No,
so,
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's still got a couple of years to learn, and we'll go from there, I think.
So where did you actually think, like, going into the season, what we'd do? What did you think we would do?
My expectation was top 4. I'm not going to sit here and say I expected us to get top 4, but my expectation is, at the end of the day, with Chelsea Football Club, we've been competing in the Champions League for God knows how many years. Like, we need to start. That is where we need to head towards. So my expectation at the start of the year was top 4. Whether we got there, my problem is I'll keep saying this: we need a leader at the back. So it was like, if we could get by with this young squad, get top 4 this season, then like, I'm very, very happy. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like that leader at the back is the key component. But
what about the cups? Did you think we'd do anything with the cups?
I'm not too sure. I wasn't sure how he was going to play out with the cup, because obviously where we've got such a big squad, I was thinking, is he going to do what he's actually done? And he has, to be fair. He's gone out and he's literally set a team for the cup games, and he's set a team for the Premier League games. And obviously the cup players come on in the Premier League games to keep them fit and fresh and whatever else. But yeah, I think the Europa League, we've got to win that. That was my expectation of the Europa League. I think we have to win that, just for the pure fact that we're too good to be in that competition.
Conference League, yeah.
What did I say?
Europa League. I do this. I do it all the time. I still don't believe we're in the competition.
That's what I mean.
It's one of them ones.
It's a made-up competition. Yeah, Conference League. So that's what I meant.
Like going into this year, I said, like, even with all the negativity, like, typical nonsense. Our squad's too big. Our squad's too young. Oh, you're freezing out this player, that, like, you know, when we froze out Sterling after his first game and he wanted to post out saying, fuck off, mate. But all of the nonsense that was surrounding the club, and the typical, like, you got Jamie Carragher saying, stop signing for Chelsea and all this.
Yeah. But you're always going to get that. There's so much people that hate Chelsea. Like, it's just one of them.
The new manager as well coming up.
It comes with the success over the years. You know what I mean? So anytime they got Chelsea, they'll dig us out. So I've always just took it with a pinch of salt. Like, you just think, cool, if that's what they want to say, that's what they're going to say. But Carragher, I think I'm pretty sure Carragher's like turned around and said, like, he's made a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, he said he was wrong.
So
like,
let's see.
With the new manager coming up from the Championship again, I mean, I heard a lot of Leicester fans saying, "Oh, he was really good for the first half of the season, smashed it. Second half of the season, it was crap, and he just got it over the line." So hopefully, that's not going to be the case for us. But when I was going into the season, I was thinking, you know what? Off the back of what Poch had said, Conference Leagues at Arsenal belong. They do. They're not for real. They're just. No, they're one of them. I'll be honest with you, they're a filler club in that competition. You need them in there, so keep them in there.
Yeah, definitely.
The filler clubs. But yeah,
they get to the latter rounds and they get smashed.
Yeah, they get battered. Yeah, so no. But what I was thinking is, obviously, the ending of last season. For me, I was like, if Poch stays. I don't really care. Like, it's one of them ones. If he goes, I don't care. At the end of the day, like, I got to the point where, let's get the season out of the way. We finished quite strong at the end of the season, but too much had happened before. So if he does go, he goes. But then
I think that's sort of how I felt. Yeah, that was my biggest thing. Who do we bring in? Because
and then when we went with Maresca, I was like,
who's this guy? Obviously, I knew who he was. I knew his background, but I'm thinking, like, hold on a minute. He's just won the league with Leicester in the Championship. Scraped through in the end, like, as you say, he had a comfortable start to the season, and then he scraped it through at the end. And then you're thinking, well, this is like that's not a good sign coming into the Premier League where the competition's so high. We've got such a young squad. How's he? But so far so good. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, we've had the last few games we've had a bit of a shitter, but it's to be expected, and I've been saying that. So, Maresca, I think Maresca was always going to be a a chance, and I think it's a chance worth taking. Like it's sort of the board has sort of seems to have done the right thing at the minute.
Obviously, I was speaking to Baz before because obviously,
yeah, of course, yeah,
Steffi, but he was telling me that Maresca he doesn't want him and all that, and I was thinking, so I kind of went into the season thinking, I don't know what we're gonna get, and
yeah. But I'm pretty sure when I spoke to Baz about him, he said that the players loved him. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he told me that the players loved him.
Yeah, and you get that sort of vibe because I feel like the camp, this current Chelsea crop, I feel like the camp is probably the closest it's been in terms of atmosphere around the club from when we had the JTs, the Lampards. It actually seems like a proper close-knit group.
I think a lot of that is we've gutted out the squad. We've now got a fresh new squad, young players.
There's a big English core there as well. I think that helps.
Yeah, I think that helps. So you can kind of see a spine developing in that team with like the one position we know we've got to sort out is goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But then you've got like Levi Colwell who looks like he's going to be a solid starter. You got your Cucurella who looks like he's always going to be a solid starter. Then you got your Caicedo who's like the middleman, and then I mean even I'm going to say Enzo, even though I've been very critical of him, but he's starting to come into a system of play where you think, you know what, we're starting to get a core here. Jackson could be that main guy, but I just don't.
Yeah, no, definitely.
At the moment,
you don't see it at the minute. Yeah,
like he's standing out as like one of them core players.
Yeah,
you just want someone who's just going to be. I don't know. I see glimpses of it, and then it's a bit inconsistent at the moment.
Yeah.
But then you can kind of see. Obviously, you've got your Palmer behind that, but you've got like a little core there that you can build on. If we get Reece James back and fit constantly, you've got
constantly
a good squad of players there that you can build off.
Definitely.
But moving on, then I thought minimum we should have got top 4 and a trophy.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I look at Chelsea and I go, obviously, the standards of our club have had to be lowered just because of like reality.
Yeah, where we're at. Yeah, definitely.
Where we're at, but our standard we should be, no matter what, aiming for the title and aiming for a trophy, no matter what, every single season, because of where we've elevated ourselves to. If we start dropping our standards, we're going to end up like Man United. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like Arsenal were for years, and that's not even a dig. Like, their standard every season was top 4, and they're happy as long as they finish above Spurs. And that's not where I want to. That's not where I see Chelsea Football Club. Do you know what I mean? So,
exactly that. I mean, you look at Spurs' standards; it's just chase Arsenal wherever they go. Can we finish above Arsenal? That is literally all they play for. They're happy with that every single season.
I feel like they play for 6 games a season. They play for Chelsea away and home. They play for Arsenal home and away, and then they play for West Ham home and away. And the rest of their results don't really matter. Yeah,
don't really matter.
You know what I mean,
they'll be pissed off, but I mean the fans are different. When you watch like all their fans streams, they're fuming. Like they're starting to turn against Ange. Obviously, they don't like the Levy. They never have. But anyway, So moving on from our expectations, obviously, then the transfer window creeps in. And then, obviously, we've spoke about the Enzo Maresca signing, so I don't think we need to touch on that. It was a risk that we took.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of paid off at the moment, but we'll go on that towards the end when we talk about their performances. But player signings, if I get the player signings up, now I did have this up earlier. I don't know why it's gone. Oh, there it is. So in total, this season alone, obviously, we just signed loads of players, man.
Yeah.
I mean, at the start of the season, I was moaning about it. I was like, why are we signing so many players? But we've signed...
We signed like 5 goalkeepers or something, didn't we?
Oh, it's ridiculous, man. So we signed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is people coming back from loans as well, yeah? What was that? 14... 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, no, that don't count. Sorry. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. Around 20, 23 players. at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And you're thinking like, what the hell?
And that what you said, that's including loan players.
That's loan players coming back as well. It's around 20 to 23 players. It's difficult to read because it keeps repeating some of the players because where their loan ends in 2025. They're including that as a loan player coming back this season.
Yeah. You're on transfer market, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking at transfer market. So but like I just wanted to go through like each one of our signings. I'll only go through the significant ones. I won't do the do you know what I mean? The ones that we've just sent
the ones
out
we get and we just shipped out. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then do you know what ones they haven't included on this is your Kendry Paez and your Estavio, but we can touch on them in a minute.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So
out of all of the signings that we had at the start of the season, is there anyone in particular that you thought, cool, that's like that was one? Was there one that you didn't want, and was there one there that you went, yeah, that's a good sign, and that's the one that we're gonna need kind of thing?
I think the obvious one was Neto. I think he's just set the Premier League alight for so long for Wolves. Don't get me wrong, his stats have never always been great, but when you give him the eye test, he gives any fullback on any day a unbelievably torrid time. So I think Neto was a standout one for me, and the one that I didn't want, and it was the obvious one as well, I think was Dewsbury Hall. I just think, do you know what I mean? I just feel like
I've met a Chelsea fan that hasn't turned around and gone like, "What's going on with this signing? Why did we sign him?" But I know why we signed him, and it was Enzo Maresca giving him like a contract to say thank you for what he did last year because he was his best player, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think you can do that, man. Like at the end of the day, like we've got to conduct ourselves properly. Do you know what I mean? We've spent 35 million.
I completely agree with that.
Do you know what I mean? So but listen, at the end of the day, he's brought him in. I feel like it made a bit of sense because he was obviously with him last season. He's 24, 25, so it's like a good age for him. But I don't see any quality there, and I just feel like it's like a backstep from Gallagher. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we had Gallagher last season.
I'd have rather kept Gallagher if we was going to do that.
Kept Gallagher, yeah. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So yeah, it was a bit of an odd one, but like he's done a job.
What did you think of Gallagher? You didn't rate Gallagher, did you?
I never rated him. No, I just felt like if he was ever going to stay at Chelsea, he was always going to be a squad player. So the fact that we got however much money we did for him, I do feel like we've done the right thing in selling him. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like we sold him at the right time because
I
feel like he was probably one of our better players last season. And yeah, but just to take us to that next step, I just don't think he was the player for us. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I thought we sold him at the right time, personally.
Yeah, I was just about to say Enzo there, just saying Neto class on the eye test just needs the stats for people to see it.
Yeah, of course, 100%. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people go by stats nowadays. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not one of them. I'm one of the people that I like to mix stats and eye test together. Do you know what I mean?
Do
you know what I mean? It's a big thing in football. Like I'll say it now. Like people compare Hazard and Salah. It's a debate for another day. I'm not going to go into it now. But
we'll be on here. We will be on here. We'll get all the Liverpool fans.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, maybe I should do it. I should do it for clickbait.
I'm going to get. Remember Moyo?
Yeah.
I'm going to get him on here soon.
Oh yeah, get him on.
So I'll get him on here, and we'll be chatting to him about Salah, who today he's come out. He's leaving. You know.
Yeah, I see it in the interview. Yeah, he said that. But I think he said he's leaving because I see a clip of the interview. I think he's basically said, as of now, I'm leaving.
Yeah, that might mean that he ain't.
It's
not. It might just mean he ain't got the contract. He's done it earlier in the season,
as of now. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I think he wants to stay, but he wants the money that, to be fair, he deserves because he's on the form of his life.
And if you look at Liverpool at the moment, they've got quite a few players that might be leaving, you know.
Salah,
Virgil ain't got a contract.
Yeah.
Would you sign Virgil?
100% in a heartbeat. 100%.
If there was one player I could sign for next season, it would be him. I'm not going to lie. If he ain't going to sign a contract, just offer him
what he wants. whatever he wants. Just
open,
leave an open checkbook and just say, Verge, write a figure on there.
Give me a couple seasons and elevate us to where we need to go.
And that's what I think that's what Colwill needs, and that's what I was saying to you earlier about us needing
some experience
that
there,
figure at the back.
If we had Silva, just
if he stayed that little bit longer, and we had him that little bit younger, no, definitely, I feel like he could have
perfect, man.
100%.
Yeah, where we at? Gallagher, back onto Gallagher. I actually liked Gallagher, you know.
I didn't mind Gallagher, but for
me,
just thought,
he's not gonna.
He's not the level that I want as my central midfielder. I know.
Starting central midfielder.
Yeah, my starting central midfielder. I compared him a lot to Henderson, and I know Liverpool won the league.
Do you know what I think? I actually think for the player, the move was his best option. Because I think he suits Atletico Madrid down to a T. Simeone loves him.
Down to a T. He's going to love him. He's going to love him. He runs his bollocks off and gets yellow carded every week. That's what Simeone was all about.
That's Simeone all over, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I heard today, this is what Moya told me. Trent is getting offered 600k a week at Real Madrid. That is Saudi money, mate.
You can't
turn that down.
No, of course you can't.
Turn that down at all.
They're probably lowered his. Probably going to lower his signing on fee and just say he's 600 grand a week or something along the. I don't know the politics behind it.
If they get him on a free, do you know what I mean? They've saved the money anyway, so they can offer him the big contract. So he's going to go there and just chill with Bellingham, man. You know they're good mates as well.
Yeah, 100%. I see someone posted in the comments earlier saying that Bellingham missed a penalty in the game today against Valencia,
and they're losing as well. They'll be putting up a white tissue soon.
100%.
So I'm just going to go through a couple of the signings then. So Pedro Neto, you spoke about. Obviously, that one was right out of the blue. Nobody expected that. That just even shocked everyone, rival fans, a lot. Like, how have they gone in there and signed Neto? A lot of Arsenal fans I know wanted to sign Neto, and we come in and signed him. So I'm happy with that. He gets a little bit of stick from rival fans. They're all saying, "Oh, he ain't going to score many goals and all that." But you know what?
And whatever else.
And all this, I mean,
I heard a lot.
He stayed fit to an extent this season. He's had a couple of knocks, but nothing significant.
Yeah.
But I was happy when I heard the news of that one. I was like, here we go, Pedro Neto.
Yeah, no, definitely.
This is good. But then obviously I knew Madueke was there as well, so I was thinking, what's going on here? And
but that's good competition. Wingers, I mean, that's what we've always had at Chelsea. We've always had competition. Especially in the wing positions. Yeah, like we had Joe Cole, Robin, and Duff all at one time. That's
all at one time. People forget the amount of. They all talk about the squad and how big the squad is, but nobody remembers that. Like we had Drogba, but we always had like an Anelka, a Shevchenko, someone behind him that was a good player that should really be starting. I mean, obviously Shevchenko was shit when he came to us, but
he didn't. But he was never suited. He was never suited for the Prem. I don't think it's just one of them players just suited for the Prem, and someone's not. Nonny out.
Every stream he's on his case. I hate Nonny. Get him out.
Nonny
out. I agree. Really?
Frankie O.
Really? I'm surprised with that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, you don't.
No, I actually like the way Nonny plays football. I'm not going to lie. He's a little bit rough around the edges. But yeah,
he's so greedy. You know, sometimes you just want him to lay the ball across, and someone's got to tap him, and he'll just try and shoot with his right foot. It just don't make no sense.
But you know what? Yeah, you see, a lot of people are coming out saying that he's been. Here we go. Selfish. There's another one. So, since they've been coming out saying that he's selfish and that he needs to pass more and do this, I think we've missed what he brought to the team: the directness, running into the box, going down the byline, taking on the player. Because he just panics the back four, and
because sometimes I don't even feel like he knows what he's going to do with the ball.
Yeah, I can see that by just watching the way he plays. He doesn't know what he's doing.
But don't get me wrong, there's been games like Wolves this season. Do you know what I mean? Where he's been so effective, but then there's other games when he just goes missing. If we could get that,
the last few games where we've had 3 out of 4 times, we've had a little bit of dip in form, and in them games, rather than all the wingers are doing it. I don't know if this is an instruction from Maresca, but they keep taking the ball down the line rather than trying to beat the fullback. They're cutting in and crossing it in. It's not going anywhere. We haven't got anyone in the box who can score headers like that. I mean, Jackson can here and there, but I mean, he hit the post the other day from 2 yards out with a header, so you can't really rely on him to be banging headers in. So I kind of like the drive where he drives into the box and he just messes up the whole of that back four. And then sometimes he cuts in and he gets a goal, and sometimes good, sometimes maybe shit.
No, you know what it is with him. I just feel like his decision making could be better, and I think that
100%.
elevates him to the next level.
The thing is, if his G&A improved, nobody would be talking about anything.
Oh, 100%.
Because if he was doing everything that he was doing and getting goals, getting assists, everyone would just be like, yeah, cool. We allow you to have your couple of moments. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like if his goals and assists improve, that is him doing the better decision making, because that is what I think that is all it needs for him to make them improve. Because sometimes when he tries to shoot, he should pass, and sometimes when he tries to pass, he should shoot.
He should shoot. No, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? It's one of them things. I think there is a player in there. It's just whether he wants to sort his mental side of the game out to improve.
Littler's one set away. He's going to do
it. I see Van Gogh get 2 sets back, but
he's got 2 sets back. He's never going to.
6-2, 6-3, or 6-2 or 6-3.
6-2. Yeah, his start was too good. He's just hit another 180. Like he's just relentless, man. Anyway, so Pedro Neto. The next one, João Felix. What did you think of that one? That was another one where it kind of come out of the blue.
Yeah, it was out of the blue. I think he's another one. He's like one of them players where he plays well on the eye, but you do need a bit more in terms of goals and assists because of the position he plays in.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be that guy in the pocket, passing it on,
provide
more goal.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like he done well for us in the first spell.
This is tossing, by the way.
Oh, is it?
You could tell by the last word.
Yeah, no, with Felix, like I like him. I do like him, but I just feel like he's got to do a bit more in games sometimes. And I feel like, especially in the Conference League, that's his time to show everyone his true quality. And he fails to deceive sometimes. So it's just.
Do you know what it is with him? Yeah, there's been games where I've screamed on the stream where it's just like he's doing too many flicks and like.
No, definitely.
Like trying to. I mean, he did it the other day and it paid off. He did a little where he just faked it and it went through into Nkunku. That was really good. But he does too many little fancy, flaring, intricate, and like trying to be pretty with it. Just do your job, kind of. And sometimes you just want to stop doing that and just pass or just cross it or just shoot.
And you know what the thing is as well? I think a lot of them sort of things come with confidence. So if you're playing yourself into the game and you're playing higher with confidence, then try the little flicks and things like that. But because Hazard used to do it a lot, but he was the best player. He was the best player on the pitch 9 times out of 10. So
a lot of people are saying that he's been a flop.
Yeah, and I can't probably disagree with that really, just because of the side. Like I said to you, like he ain't adding the goals and assists to his game. Like at the end of the day, he's directly competing with Palmer. What Palmer's doing every week is getting goals and assists.
How I judge it, is when has he been ever doing that? Do you know what I mean?
No, definitely. He's
as an upcoming kid, as a wonder kid, he was amazing, but he kind of hit a point in his career where all of that kind of fizzled out.
No, definitely.
And he's never really been that wonder kid, so it's like he's 24. He's still got loads of time ahead of him.
Oh no, 100%. I'm not writing him off as such. I just feel like he does need to add a goal and assist to his game.
Yeah, I mean, like the other day, if he was more clinical, he could have had 3 goals.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's not. Sometimes it reminds me of Fabregas in and around the box. See how Fabregas used to strike the ball shit when he used to shoot.
Tame, yeah.
Yeah, it just will p-roll at the goalie or something like that. It just reminds me of that sometimes.
Oh yeah, this is Felix's biggest fan, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he loves him. Loves him.
Well,
we're not dissing him too much anyway.
I said, I like him a lot. I just feel like he has to add a bit more to his game in terms of goals and assists for him to now a position to start every week.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
It must be his last initials F. It could be his brother.
Could be, yeah. Could be.
DCF.
If it is your brother, tell him to get me box tickets.
And we'll stop slagging him off.
Yeah, we'll stop slagging him off. We'll give him constructive criticism. All right, so we spoke about Dewsbury Hall anyway. We know that one was a little bit of a wasted signing. What about Philip Jorgensen from Villarreal? Another goalkeeper.
I think he's one of them players that I didn't know. I had no idea about him at all. So he come in, and then I started looking into him, and then I found out he had I think it was either the highest amount of saves or the highest save percentage or something like that in the league last season. Yeah, so that's always a good thing when you're obviously making a lot of saves. And then I watched a couple of clips of him. He's quite good with his feet and things like that.
Do you think?
And then you think, yeah, he's good with his feet. He's actually quite good with his feet.
You know what? I was watching when I was watching that Fulham game the other day. I was thinking, is he?
No, I think he's quite good. I mean, he's quite good with his feet compared to Sanchez, but that ain't really saying much, is it?
Guess who's got the highest save percentage in the league at the moment?
Sanchez, yeah.
Rob Sanchez, yeah.
Is it? He's a good shot stopper. I'll give him that. He's a good shot stopper.
Isn't it? For as much as we get onto him.
Yeah, but a lot of his thing is that down to him ball playing with his feet. Like, he just puts us under so much pressure at the back. I feel like most chances that we concede is due to the fact that he
makes a mistake. Yeah,
he makes a mistake. The ball straight to them. Do you know? Like, I know the instruction is pass it out from the back, pass it out from the back. But if we're under pressure and you're not good with your feet, send it long and just we'll reset.
I don't understand why we don't do that. It's always try and play it out the back. Just smash it down.
Yeah, and away from the goal. It's not bad. Long is actually not that bad. But it's just his short passing. He just puts us under pressure.
We've seen Jorgensen mainly in the Europa Conference League, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think he's been all right. I think he's
done it. And he's made a couple of good saves as well in the Conference League, I think.
Even against, not Fulham, it was Ipswich when he played. I saw Fulham the other day. I meant Ipswich.
Yeah, Ipswich, yeah.
I don't think we can blame him for the penalty. I mean, at the time, I thought it was a penalty. Watching it on live, I was like, "Oh, that's a pen." Yeah.
One of the worst decisions I've
seen the replays. That is the dirtiest dive I've ever seen. There is a minimal bit of contact when you get a certain angle of it.
But you know what it is. There is contact, but he's down. So
and he's lost the ball as well. Terrible. And they've come out after and said it was a mistake.
Yeah, but that don't help us. We've fucking gone 1-0 down from it. Do you know what I mean? So what are they going to do to the VAR officials? Are they going to suspend them, or are they going to give them a ban? Like, are they going to give them a fine? Do you know what I mean?
Well, they're actually fining us now because we crowded around the ref. How stupid is that?
There you go.
So they make a decision wrong, they admit it's wrong, and then fine us for crowding around the goal.
So they can do what they want and get away with it, and we're not allowed to argue about it. But
just stupid.
You just got to accept everything that they do.
Obviously, before the transfer, before we signed him, I didn't know anything about him. Obviously, I'm happy with him now. We signed Mike Penders, who went straight out on loan.
That's another young goalkeeper, isn't it?
Another young goalkeeper, 19. Yeah. Aaron Anselmeno from Boca Juniors, who we've just recalled now. He's 19.
Got him back,
I don't know anything about them two. I did hear little bits about Mike Penders before we signed him, because he's a proper tall goalkeeper, innit? And he came from Genk, and I think it's the same as Courtois. Did he come from Genk?
I'm not sure if Courtois come from. I'm pretty sure that. Oh no, it might have been Ghent. I was going to say De Bruyne come from Ghent, but I think De Bruyne might have come from Ghent. I'm not too sure.
But there was basically they're comparing him to Courtois because he's really tall, and
if we can get anything like Courtois, I'm buzzing.
I'll be over the moon, yeah. As long as you don't leave like Courtois.
Yeah, as long as it's not a snake.
We signed Renato Viega from Basel, 14 million. Now this is 20 years old. I didn't realize how young he was. He looks older.
Yeah, no, he's young. Yeah.
I didn't know anything about him until I actually watched a few. Now I don't like doing this, but I watched a few.
I don't like doing it. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say YouTube clips, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't like doing that and then coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, I've watched this player," because I've done it recently about one player for Lons Kusanev. Okay. Oh, this guy looks ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the thing with compilations. You can look good on compilations, but what I've seen of Viega on the compilations, I've seen playing for Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? So
look at this, more like Fraser Foster. Oh God!
Hey, Tosin, I heard you're coming back over Riverside, mate.
Nah, he's a daddy now, and he ain't got no. He's got a dad bod and everything. That belly's weighing him down. But yeah, no. So Viega, I watched his YouTube clips. So I'm not gonna lie.
He did look good on YouTube, but like you say, I don't like judging off of YouTube. But there's certain things that you can see from him, from the YouTube clips that have sort of played at Chelsea.
Yeah, like he's very good at playing out the back.
Yeah.
I think he's had a good start, but he doesn't get many minutes, and I think maybe I don't know whether that's to do with his age or.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it's more of the fact that Cucurella's a shoe-in at left back now.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? I think unless Cucurella's on a booking, there's no need to bring him off because I think he's just quality. He's so good at left back. But I do like Viega, so if we're ever struggling at left back, I'm comfortable with him filling in. And I don't get why the other week that Gusto played left back and then
I don't get that when we go to when we do this performance thing with a manager, there's a few things I've got to say.
Yeah,
I mean, I think everybody knows my opinion on certain things, but that's one of them.
Yeah.
We also signed another left back. Hold on. Oh, he nearly checked out to win the title on a 1-3-6 or something. He's won it though. Give me 2 seconds. I'm well behind on the darts anyway, so I know that.
Yeah, I watched it when it went 3 or 4-0, I think, and then I thought, it's game over now. So I ain't even been paying attention to it.
This is nuts, though. What a moment! Oh, he's well wide of the 16. Oh, done it! World champion. He's going mad. Look, he's crying.
Well played. 17 years old.
Well done, Luke. Yeah,
unbelievable 2024 as well.
How much money he gets for that as well?
It's 500 bags, isn't it?
Yeah, $500,000 for winning that. He got 4 9 darters this year. Ridiculous. He gets paid. You get paid for every 9 darter you get.
Yeah, I think if you got a 9 darter in the World Champs, he set the record.
60, yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So let's get back on it anyway. Signed Caleb Wiley, went straight back out to the MLS. I don't know much about him, but I know that he's good.
He's gone. Any Strasbourg? He's gone to Strasbourg. The left back, yeah.
He might have.
I think he's at Strasbourg.
Let me just double check.
Strasbourg, whatever they're called.
I thought he stayed in Atlanta. Oh yeah, he's in Strasbourg. Yeah, he is Strasbourg. Yeah. Apparently he's doing okay out there. I don't know if he's been playing or not though. Yeah, he went Strasbourg. So where did Mike Penders go then? Mike Penders, did he stay at his old club?
He went back to Ghent or Genk. Where was that?
Yeah, he went back to Genk. Okay, yeah. So
we sent Petrovic to Strasbourg, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I forgot about him. You know, he's a goalkeeper last season, wasn't he? And then we got Mark Gui. What do you reckon about him? Do you know what?
Right. He's a bit rough around the edges, but he's young, man. You don't realise he's only 18. He don't play like an 18-year-old.
Do you remember his? He played for. Was it Barcelona? Isn't it?
Yeah, Barca. Yeah.
I can't remember. He came on his debut. He came on and scored, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, okay." This guy's got something about him, and then nothing. He didn't really play after that, and then we've got to sign him. Well, I think he's all right.
He was dirt cheap, and we've got a young prospect there. Do you know what I mean? He's relentless. He works hard. He does remind me a bit of Jackson. To be fair, he misses a lot of shit chance, like good chances that he should finish. Do you know what I mean? But he works hard.
He missed that open goal. My God.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was one of the worst misses I've ever seen.
Right, listen, we'll have to speed this up a bit, otherwise we're going to be here till like morning times.
Yeah, go on.
We signed Tosin. Let's do it this way. Tosin, Jadon Sancho. We don't need to talk about Humphreys, Andrew.
Yeah, they're all gone now anyway. They're back on loan.
Yeah, they're all gone.
I think we might have even sold Andrew to Empoli.
I think we did sign.
Yeah, I seen something. Something popped up about it in the other day. To be fair, it's good.
We sold him to Empoli.
Yeah, he's a player.
Empoli. So who else did we sign? So we signed. Sorry, I've got hiccups. Yeah, them two, Jadon Sancho and Tosin.
Yeah, I mean the Tosin one made sense. Was playing at Fulham. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not sure if he played. No, I don't think he would have played under Maresca at City, but he come through at City, comfortable on the ball. Do you know what I mean? A good squad player on a free, can't really go wrong with that. And then the Sancho one,
business that I think.
Yeah, a bit of business, a bit similar to sort of what we've done with Cahill, I think. But Cahill ended up staying. I think Cahill was intention when we originally signed him was to sign him on a cheap and get rid of him a couple of seasons down the line. He ended up doing well, and we went on from there with him. But Sancho was an interesting one because I feel like it was a free hit with him. Do you know what I mean? He's a Chelsea fan growing up as well, and he's coming. I think he started okay. Everyone was hyping him up. He's grown into it. And don't get me wrong, he's had a couple of shoddy games when you think, he's going back to that Man United kind of form. But on the whole, I think it was a good signing. I was happy with it.
Sure, I always said that he should, like, before he went to Man United, I said he should have come to Chelsea.
Yeah. The only thing I worried about with him was the London life, because was he going to get lost in the London life, going to tape every weekend and whatever else? But no, he seems to be doing well.
Nice one,
Take care, DCF, mate. Happy New Year to you, mate.
Always active in the chat. But yeah, Sancho, like you said, when the news broke, I was to be fair, I'll be honest with you, I was more happy that I knew it would wind up Man United fans.
Yeah. If it worked, it was definitely going to wind up Man United fans.
Yeah, and then he comes in, hits the ground running, which is even better. But I don't know, like I did feel like we needed it as well. I thought that left side, if we're going to be relying on Mudryk, do you know what I mean? I thought, God. But yeah, anyway, let's go. We'll talk about some of our outgoings in that window. So obviously, Ian Maatsen was our biggest outlay, 44 million we got for him, euros, Villa. I thought he was a good player, but
he was a good player.
I'd rather cash in. You know what I mean? And see, a lot of Cucurella, we've got to remember, was on the brink of leaving.
Yeah.
So I've always liked Cucurella. I thought when he was at Brighton, I was like, we have to sign this player. And he obviously had a tough season, and now you're starting to see Cucurella. But I think that Ian Maatsen deal was probably the right option for one. I don't think the player wanted to be there sitting behind Cucurella.
No.
And I thought the money involved was brilliant. And he don't even play. You know what I mean?
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to wait for you to finish, and I was going to say, listen, he don't even get in the team over Digne. So
we've hit once again, we've worked our magic. And then we've got Conor Gallagher. We've got another 42 million euros for him. I thought, like we said, that was the right move for the player. Me personally, I would have kept him, but it gave us enough money to.
I just feel like if we was ever going to sell him, I feel like last season or the start of the season was the right time to sell him. So
yeah, I kind of think we didn't put that money to good use. If the player that we're replacing him with was
Dewsbury Hall, yeah.
Exactly.
I think we paid like 35 million euros for him. So it's like,
come on, we kind of waste that money. Lewis Hall, we sold for 33 million to Newcastle. That's one that I am a little bit gutted about, because I love Lewis Hall. I thought he was a brilliant player.
His technique is insane.
Yeah, I thought he was a really good. But then again, we had Chilwell there as well. So it's like Chilwell, Maatsen, Cucurella, Lewis Hall. So where are these players playing? It's only now Maresca's come in, he's saying, I don't want Chilwell. So it's like, I think that one's always going to bite us in the back, this Lewis Hall one. I'm not going to lie. We got rid of the snake, Romelu Lukaku. Useless. Absolutely useless.
So he never
could not wait for that geezer to leave. Couldn't
never
wait.
Hit the heights. Started well, and then it just went downhill.
Well, as soon as he got to Christmas, he was like, I want to leave, and that was it. Ruined our season and just completely destabilized everything. Snake.
Yeah, no, not keen. Not keen.
Then we got rid of Hutchinson, which I thought was a good deal. We got a lot of money for him, for someone we signed for 1 year.
For free, and then he goes and notches against us.
Yeah, it's always bound to happen. We also sold Angelo, who we've never really seen play.
That one kind of bothered me, because I liked him. The pre-season last season, I thought he was quality, and then I thought he'd come.
If you play Football Manager, the kid turns into an absolute animal. So it's anything like Football Manager.
He ain't got him now going in Saudi, but it is what it is.
We got rid of that Diego Moreira.
Yeah, that was I think that was more of a tactical thing because we sold him to Strasbourg for like 1 million or something stupid like that.
Yeah, 2 million.
So I think that was more. We've probably got like a buyback clause on him where we can buy him back, and if he does well, and then sell him on for big money. So I think that was more of a tactical one.
What was you going to say? You just about to say something.
I can't remember.
Oh, well, and then the next ones that we got rid of on a free. Ziyech, Malang Sarr, finally. Fucking hell. Couldn't wait to get rid of him.
Overdone.
Thiago Silva.
Welcome. Yeah, that legend.
Legend of the club. Tino Angerin. And then the next ones are loans. So our loans. Now, this is where it starts getting a little bit. Mate, we've got so many. Oh, my God. Right. So Raheem Sterling is obviously the major one.
Yeah.
I was hoping we sold him. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been impressed with Sterling since he signed for the club. Very underwhelming. So
yeah,
to see him go out on loan to Arsenal, take him. You can pay some of his wages. I don't even care. Just have him, get him away.
Yeah.
Especially after he sent that tweet out and put out a statement because he was on the bench for the first game of the season. Off you go, mate. Had enough. Yeah, you haven't done anything.
I've heard he was very good around the dressing room with the younger players, and that was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rio Ferdinand said it actually. He was. I say it like I heard, like I've got some inside information. Ferdinand said it on a podcast or something along them lines, and they said making him like freezing him out like the way we did could have set like a bit put a bit of unrest in the squad because he was so good with the younger players and whatever else. But I mean, we had to do something. We had to get him out of the club in the end. Like I just feel like we was paying him a lot of money for him to do not that much. Like you say, he was underwhelming.
Do you know what it is with him? Yeah, he does get G&A. No matter, like he always does get G&A.
Oh, 100%. But I've said that about him. I think he's always in the right area. He should have been a striker because the way he's always in the right area to finish a goal, but he misses so many chances. Like he's not technically a good footballer whatsoever, but you put the ball in the box, he's gonna score. So we didn't really play that way to suit him. So that signing never really made sense to me. And I said that from the start. I said, if we're going to put balls in the box towards the back post, yeah, get him and he'll thrive. But if we're not, then it's pointless.
No, I completely agree. So out of this list, then, these are the other players that went. Leslie, Ugochukwu, Boria, Petrovic, Chalobah, Kepa, Ratro Fofana, Gilchrist, Caleb Wiley, Bashir Humphreys, Slolina, Asel Menino, Mike Penders, Eddie Beach. Is there any one of them that you think we should have kept?
No, not really. Not really.
Not even Trevor?
No, I like. I think if we was going to get rid of Trevor, it should have been a sell. But I wouldn't have kept him. We had too many centre backs, and we wasn't going to sell Dizazi. So I feel like getting rid of Trevor probably was the right.
I'm not going to lie, that one rattled me when we were talking.
No, it bothers me in the sense that he's better than Dizazi, but we was never going to get rid of Dizazi, so it had to be Trevor. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of. It was either one or the other, and we had to stick with Dizazi because we weren't going to sell him or send him on loan anywhere. So it kind of made sense. But I think it would have probably made sense to try and loan Dizazi out to try and put him on the market for next year.
Mate, anything to get him away from the club. Anything to get him away from the starting 11, please. Because I've had enough of the boy. I've said it since he signed. He's not good enough. And then when I saw... 1 second. My bag's falling over. Yeah, when we loaned out Chalobah and I see that we still got Disasi and Badiashile, when they both signed, I said they're not good enough, and I've never really rated. I mean,
Badiashile done well. He done well when he first come in, and then
I don't know what's happened to him ever since. He just fizzled out, kind of thing. Like frustrating, but yeah. Anyway, so that's our transfer window basically. After the transfer window. Did that change your expectation at all?
No,
did you look at that window and go, do you know what? We're either going to do worse or we're going to do better? Or did you think it doesn't really... it will help us reach out my expectation kind of thing?
I think, like I said at the start, I think the thing that was only going to elevate us to that next level was if we signed an experienced centre-back. And we haven't. So I think that our expectation this season had to be top 4.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree. I agree. None of that title race chat then. No, you weren't having none of it.
No, I said it, even people saying, "Oh, user in title." I said, "Listen, our squad is too young to maintain this level throughout a whole season," and I've sort of been proved right at the minute. Do you know what I mean? So,
did you get excited? There was one moment I was getting excited. I'm not gonna lie.
no, I don't get me wrong. I was saying
yeah.
I was saying a couple of times we're going to win the league, a bit tongue in cheek, but yeah, I just, like I said, I feel like probably the last month our results have sort of paved over the cracks. I've seen signs where you think, oh, we're lucky to get away with winning. Like I feel like the Brentford game, especially.
That was the point for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
do you know what I
Brentford
mean?
game. I thought if we can't get past this Christmas period, the fixture list where it comes quick, like really fast, then I can't see it. But if we do, I'm happy to sit here and go, yeah, you know what, we're there. Like if we'd picked up points and then we had 3 games, we'd have been 2 points behind Liverpool.
Yeah, of course, but that's what I'm saying. We haven't, and I feel like that was the telling time off. And I said it. I have been saying it. You can ask anyone that I've spoken to. I've probably even said it to you a couple of times. I just don't think our squad is old enough to maintain a challenge this season, especially. I feel like next season we could. I feel like next season with this crop of players, maybe with the addition of 1 or 2, I just feel like every season you're in the Premier League, you gain that bit more experience.
Well, we've got that Anselmo coming back. He will be here hopefully for next season. We've got Kenji Paez.
He's here as of now. He's here as of now.
He's here now. Yeah. So we've got Kenji Paez coming in, and we've got Estefao. Apparently the mini Messi, they call him.
Oh, don't. I'm so excited to see this kid in the Premier League.
That's one player where I've seen YouTube clips, compilations, videos of his goals. I haven't actually watched a game from him because he's
I've never watched a full 90 minutes of him. Yeah, but everything that I see of him, I'm just
he looks ridiculous. But I don't want to big him up too much.
No, of course not. Of course not. A lot of Brazilian players come over and they don't hit the ground running and they miss home and whatever else. They don't get used to the climate and whatever else. But I don't think any of that kind of doubt is going to creep into my head about this kid just because of the pure fact. I think he is unbelievable.
I just got visions of him cutting it in and just wrapping one.
Yeah, just wrapping it. Yeah,
this is Bree.
Trinity Marsh.
Yeah.
He plays like Messi as well.
This is what we did last time, so we'll do it again. Anyway, let's move on to how we are currently, because otherwise we're going to be here all night. We're already in an hour into the stream. We're doing all right, to be fair. We're going quite well. So our current performance as it stands is obviously, let me get rid of that. Chelsea are fourth in the table, 35 points, a goal difference of 15, played 19, won 10, drew 5, lost 4. Them losses came to Man City on the first game of the season at home.
You accept that?
I can't remember how we lost that game. How did we lose that game?
We got battered 2-0.
Didn't we play really well? And then
Kovacic scored. Haaland scored that fucking penalty when it was just after the Euros when everyone was saying Cucurella's Haaland scared of Cucurella.
That was it. Now I remember. Now I remember.
But you go into the season, you just play Man City, the title winners. You expect. I said at the time, if there was a perfect time to play them, it was then, and then they just popped us off the park. They absolutely it was men against boys that game.
I thought we played well that game. Didn't we play well?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that they just. You might be thinking of the FA Cup semi-final last season. We played really well against. We should have beat.
Last season we did all right against City. I don't think we lost to them.
We should have. No, we drew twice.
Both games, wasn't it? 4-4 and I can't remember.
I think it was.
So we lost to Man City. We lost to Liverpool, and more recently we've lost 2 games to Fulham and Ipswich. Fulham at home, Ipswich away, which is obviously not good enough. Our current form is loss, draw, win.
Yeah.
And in terms of our current form, we're currently 10th in the table.
you expect that win 2, lose 2, and draw a game. You expect to be around that mid-table kind of.
Exactly that. So we're 10th in that. It shows it shows our dip in form recently.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a point in the season where I'd done this. I think it was after 12 games, and we was actually lower than that in the current form ranking. So I don't know whether that's like it's not telling the full picture right now, but as of right now, it's representing a current dip in form. Do you know what I mean?
No, definitely.
Guess who's top of the form chart? Can you guess? 2 seconds.
Forest. They're 5 out of 5, aren't they?
It's Forest, yeah. 2 seconds. Just have a drink. Dying.
Yeah, no, Forest. Forest doing well.
Forest are 5 out of 5. Our away record at the moment is much better than our home record. We actually sit in second place.
That doesn't surprise me.
We're second place in the table at the moment on away record, away form. Liverpool ahead of us by 3 points and a game in hand,
which is against Everton.
Yeah, they're not going to lose that game, and they haven't lost an away game yet in this season. So our home record is what's letting us down at the moment. We're 9th place in the table for that, having won 4, drew 3, and lost 2. There's a couple draws in there that we shouldn't really be drawing.
Palace is one of them.
Palace. Yeah, so we've got them tomorrow, haven't we? Palace away.
Palace away, yeah.
That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, they like playing against us. Yeah, I think we did beat them last year. Yeah.
So we currently scored 38 goals, conceded 23. For the most part of this season so far, we was top goal scorers. I think Tottenham have taken that off of us. Have we heard of that kid Ibrahim Rabaj? Yeah, he's the youngster, isn't he? He scored like 52 goals or something, 60 assists and something stupid. He's in our young.
What's he in our academy? Is he? Yeah,
in our academy. Yeah, he's ridiculous. Like, just absolutely smashes it for his age. Messi Mark 2. Yeah, hopefully.
Let's hope
so. Let's hope we don't sell him for to meet the PSR, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Which apparently we're behind again. I don't know how, but yeah. So yeah,
Todd will pull out a loophole.
Yeah, we know he will. Sell some hotels or something. We'll get away with it.
Loophole king.
So in terms of like, obviously, the overall where we are overall this season, it's not all doom and gloom. Do you know what I mean? In terms of obviously, recently, right now we're on a dip, but to be in the position that we are now, I don't think anybody. Well, I don't know, because I expected us to be in top 4. Do you know what I mean? So did I expect?
I expect. But when you look at it, in the grand scheme of things, Forest at the minute are on a crazy run. A purple patches, like people like to call it or whatever. No one saw that coming. So if we take Forest out of the equation, I know we shouldn't because they're there, but if we take them out of the equation, we're doing
you could say the same about City. No one expected them to be doing.
Yeah, so I suppose it sort of swings and roundabouts. I suppose so. We're where we should be. Do you know what I mean? I expected us at the start of the season. If you would have said to me where are we going to finish, I said 4th behind Liverpool, City, and Arsenal. Not in that order, but yeah. So
I mean, I agree.
We're where I expected us to be.
Yeah, I agree. So for me, really, I can't really say that. Yeah, we're smashing it at the moment because, I mean, if that's what I'm saying. This little dip that we've had has kind of put a little stain on what we've been doing because I would have started this off by going, nobody expected to be where we are. But reality is, this is where I did expect us to be now.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I did expect us to be 4th.
I don't mind that. I don't mind us sitting in 4th. We're doing well. We look like we're on the rise as sort of over the last few seasons. So yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the one thing for me is as long as the football doesn't dip and we carry on playing good football.
Yeah, but
obviously we've got to maintain the results.
I've always been one of them. I'll take results over football. So if you give me a scrappy 1-0 win over a fucking thriller 4-4 draw, nah, give me a 1-0 win every day.
See, the thing you say that, but like for me, like I was going to ask you, the next question I was going to ask you is like, where do you think it's gone wrong recently? And then if you answer that, I'll tell you, like, that will lead on to what I was going to say.
It goes wrong, I think, at the back. I just think we're so defensively unstable at points. And we are constantly filling in at right back for Gusto and James. We're constantly filling in at centre back. You don't know whether he should play Badiashile centre back. Don't know if he should play Tosin centre back. Obviously, Fofana's out now. It looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the season. We just can't seem to get that back four. We can't seem to get that back four solid. And then I don't like, as much as we said earlier that Sanchez has got the high save percentage in the league. He still doesn't fill me with confidence. So it's just like we concede so many shit goals. We concede so many shit goals, and it's the same in the Conference League.
That one against Fulham where he smashed it back into the area that they just literally, I couldn't believe he'd done that.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe he'd done that.
So,
but yeah, for me, like, I think it's a mixture of things.
Yeah, it's just, it is frustrating.
Like, I think it's been building up over the last few games. Like you said, that Brentford game, the football, like, we could have lost that game in my opinion. Like, they had so many chances.
We definitely could have. They had that Fabio Carvalho chance where he hit the bar, like he scores that. It's 2-2. Do you know what I mean? And then do you know what I mean? It's a different story.
I think, like, it's not a massive dip in form. It's just like in terms of results, it's been poor, but
it's game management. I think, it is game management. It's just and that comes with experience, and that's what I keep reiterating. Like, we haven't got that experience, and that comes from game management. I feel comes from that leader at the back, which is what I was saying, telling everyone where they should be at what point. That if you saw us back in the day when JT was at centre back, he's telling everyone where we've got to be. Like, as you say, trying to lift everyone's performance and things like that. We don't seem like we've got that at the minute, and
the thing is that team was so confident in their own ability. Like, if you didn't have John Terry feeling up for it, you had Lampard up for it. If you didn't have Lampard up for it, you had Drogba up for it. If you didn't have them up for it, you had your goalie in goal that you knew was going to stop it.
You had Czech there, yeah.
You had Ashley Cole that was going to smash any player that come down the wing. You had Ivanovic. You had, you know what I mean? You had all these players.
That's what I mean. It was stacked. It was stacked with experience and big players in the dressing room. If you hear John Mikel's podcast, I don't know if you watched that at all, but he just talks about the mentality in the dressing room was absolutely like elite. top tier. Like, and he said it a lot as well. It seems like we don't have that at the minute, in terms of the elite mentality side of things.
I agree.
As I say, and that will develop. As you say, I think that stems from winning competitions. I feel like if we win the Conference League this year, that's our first bite at success. We build on that for next season.
I agree. So, like, recently, the dip in form for me it's been a mixture of things. Like, you know, like, in the background, the negativity is starting to creep up again. Obviously, when you lose a game, that's you're going to get it anyway with all the fans and the overreaction stuff. I mean, I was annoyed that we lost to Fulham in the way that we lost it.
Yeah,
I was even more annoyed with the Ipswich result. But like I said, in the grand scheme of things, we are where I expected us to be anyway. So I'm not going to be like moaning or anything.
Overly critical,
The last over this Christmas period, we've started to get like increases in injuries. Obviously, we've had like Reece James getting injured
as well.
Fofana, Badiashile. I mean, Neto was picking up knocks before the Christmas period. Felix was picking up knocks before the period. Then you get the Mudryk suspension that's hanging around the club, doping. You think, oh, what's going on here? And then even like the individual performances of some of the players have started to dip a little bit. And then you look at the manager and you think he's starting to make a few little mistakes. So it's like, although it's not something I don't think we can turn around, I think it's something that you know, now we're going into this new 2025. Your players, you need to just put a little bit more effort in for the next couple of games just to try and get the momentum going again. And like, there's like, I mean, at the start of the season, we weren't really relying on like Cole Palmer to come up with magic moments. Like you were saying, everybody was chipping in, whether it was Madueke. We've had Enzo putting in performances recently, and like I said, I've been very critical of the guy, and now he's completely shut me up. The injuries obviously impacted what Maresca's trying to do, the shape of our play. maybe it's a case of other teams are starting to clock onto how we're trying to play.
We're trying
but
to play.
For me,
yeah, no, definitely.
I kind of feel like we've missed Lavia massively.
Yeah,
it stopped us from how we want to play.
I feel
it doesn't
that
help.
game, that first half against Spurs, you saw what Lavia brings to this football team, and
I thought
he was unbelievable. Like his press resistance is crazy. Can pick little pockets, like put balls into pockets and whatever else. I feel like he's a big miss. I can't say he's the reason why we've dropped in form, because he hasn't played that much for me to say he's the reason why we've dropped in form. But I can categorically sit here and say we'd be a better team with him playing in it. Or I think we would anyway. Personally,
I think some of the key things is obviously we're missing Fofana in the centre back position. Him and Colwell together.
Yeah, they seem to be starting up a bit of a partnership. Yeah,
they're quite a good partnership. I don't think Gusto's having a good season, and I think that's really affecting us. And I think Maresca keep trialing out this inverted role for Gusto is not. We know it doesn't work, but as soon as Gusto starts inverting on that right hand side, it pushes Palmer out of the way. Palmer plays better off on the right, and I just think like Gusto going forward makes no sense. Just sit in the midfield. He doesn't do that. He inverts and he gets forward. When you see Cucurella do it, he will sit, but then he'll get forward at the right times. And I like what Cucurella does. When you see Caicedo do it, that's how you do it. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't really get forward. He just sits in that position. He sits in the midfield and allows Enzo to get forward. And then it's just like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of things I think is to the reason why we've got that dip. But I think literally we're one result away from turning that around. Literally, if we beat Palace,
listen, we turn around and beat Palace, get a good win, a good performance, and we turn around and say, yeah, here we go. We've started 2025 how we want to start it.
How we want to exactly, and then we go off it. Now, if we have a similar end to the season like we did last year, we're going to be looking really good. Do you know what I mean? We're going to be on 70 points. You know what I'm saying? Around that mark. So that's all we need to do. Just carry on going the way that we did last season.
I feel like we're in a better position this season than we were last season, the back end of the season.
Yeah, 100%.
I said to you, I feel like we ended the season really well from January onwards last season. I feel we're in a better position this season to push on even further than that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not looking down. I'm looking up at the minute. I feel like we can, like you say, we're one result away from getting out of this little bit of shit form and pushing on with the rest of our season, and hopefully solidifying our top four space. And maybe
Reece James is back. Lavia's supposed to be back.
It's funny. I had a dream last night that Reece James was in our squad for tomorrow.
Really?
Or he was on the bench. Yeah, no, he was on the bench. He was on the bench for tomorrow's game.
Well, he was on the bench against Fulham, wasn't he? Ipswich.
Sorry. Oh, true. Yeah, no, true.
He should be in the bench.
He should be in the bench. But I don't know why it was just weird. Like, you have them dreams where you just like it feels real, and then you think, I remember looking at my phone, and he was on the bench. So hopefully, like you say, I mean, he was on the bench the other day.
We just need him to come back and stay fit. Yeah. That will be the one. I mean, it's horrible for him, man. I
just feel like every time he comes back, we play him too much again. Like, it needs to be.
Do you think Maresca done that this time?
I mean, not so much this time, but he come in when his first game back against Liverpool away, and like he played he played 50 minutes or 60 minutes. Like, sometimes it's a bit too much too early, sort of thing. And don't get me wrong, I thought he had quite a good game against Liverpool. But
so overall, current performance-wise, we both in agreement that we are where we should be. Yeah, we are where we are.
Yeah.
If this dip in form continues and we start dropping out of top four, then there's going to be. I mean, City are creeping up. I don't expect Forest to keep it up, but you never know. Do you know what I mean? No. They're in unbelievable form at the moment.
No, they are. But I feel like it's going to take one good performance against Forest for teams to work out how to play against Forest.
I
feel like Nuno's doing a great job of exploiting the space because everyone feels like they can attack against Forest, and then boom, they can't. They can't. They need Elanga on one wing. They've got Hudson-Odoi on the other wing, and then they just put the ball into Chris Wood, and he can't miss at the minute. So they're doing well, but I think
third least goals scored. They have mad, isn't it?
They're the third least goals. Yeah, that's what I'm.
19 goals.
They've conceded. Yeah, 19 goals.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. They're not scoring much, but they've conceded, and they're not conceding either.
No,
it's doing the job. And then you've got Arsenal with the best defense ever on 17 goals.
Gonna break the Chelsea record.
Gonna break that record, no chance, mate. It's fucking not even. Didn't even do it before the new year. And then you've got Liverpool on 17.
Yeah.
So now we've done. We'll move on to like individual performances now. I think I just want to get our top goal scorers up quickly and see where we are, because it's quite different to what we was last year. So obviously you got Cole Palmer up and around in the top 3 like he was last season. I think he was first last season, right? I think he was. With first 12 goals and
assists.
Goals and assists, wasn't it? G&A. I think Haaland got the boot, didn't he?
Yeah, he got the golden boot, but yeah, I think G&A. I think he might have been top. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got Palmer up there with 12 goals, 6 assists. Then we've got Nicholas Jackson in the top 10 with 9 goals and 3 assists. I think Nkunku's actually our top goal scorer in all comps. We haven't spoken about. Yeah. I'll tell you what, we ain't touched on the Europa Conference League. How do you think we're doing in that?
We're doing what we should be doing in that competition. You know I mean, our squad's too good to be fucking about in that.
The only team in that competition that I can see being a problem is probably Fiorentina.
Yeah, but even them, they lost a game or they've drawn a game or something like that. Do you know what I
mean? Yeah. We should.
It's not even like. Let's be honest. Really and truly, we should beat Fiorentina. So, like you say, they could be a problem, but they shouldn't be a problem. Do you know what I mean? I've said this now, and then this is going to end up going viral, isn't it? When they beat us in the final.
No, but if we're being honest, if we don't win that competition, it's going to be embarrassing.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
I mean, I want to win it for the pure fact I want to be the first team that's won that.
Have all the cups,
all the European cups, yeah. But I won't be like West Ham fans calling us the champions of Europe.
How do you feel about our other cup competitions? Out the League Cup?
Yeah, that was a bit of a shit performance against Newcastle.
That was terrible.
That weren't great at all. They sort of embarrassed us really a little bit. But I would have liked to have won the Carling Cup. I always stand on the fact that any trophy is a good trophy to win when you've not won a trophy before, and we've lost how many. Yeah, it sets you up for that, to take that next step. And Mourinho made a point of it. I think the first two trophies he's won in both of his tenures was the Carling Cup. So I like to win that cup. I don't celebrate it like it's the FA Cup, but
bottled it last season.
Yeah, big time.
I went to that. Embarrassing. Fucking so annoyed.
But it's another game. Like, we just didn't finish our chances. We had chances to win the game. We didn't. And Liverpool did.
Believe it, man. Virgil come in with the header, didn't he?
Yeah.
And they played their kids. They took the piss out of us.
But that's a lot of people say that they played their kids, but our average age of our squad was younger than theirs. So it's like,
yeah, it was. Do
you know what I mean?
They were putting on like 17-year-olds at the end. I was just like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, no, that was embarrassing. That side of things was embarrassing, but I don't know. Like, and this is what I've said about 3-4 times now throughout this podcast, is the leader at the back, Big Verge, telling everyone where they need to be in that.
I'll tell you what, though, I'll give Liverpool credit for one. Obviously, I can't stand Liverpool. Everybody knows I hate Liverpool, right? Probably the one club that there's 2 clubs in the Premier League that I can't stand, and I think we all know who they are: Liverpool and Arsenal. Arsenal because of their fans, because I can't stand their fans. And Liverpool because of the club. But I'll give credit to their fans, because their fans are ridiculous, man.
I can't stand it.
No, that stadium, I couldn't believe how loud they were. Honestly, I was like,
yeah, I'll give them that, but I just thought I don't like their fans.
We're trying to give it Chelsea, and we're like, we sounded like little ants.
Yeah,
and they're singing their song, and we was like, oh, this is embarrassing, man. In the end, I was just like, we just got to hold our hands up and say we've just been.
I'm not gonna lie, there is a big proportion of our fan base that they're just
don't do nothing, just stand.
They don't do nothing. Yeah. So
I think every fan base has got that at the moment, infested. But yeah, so FA Cup, we're still in that, obviously. So
yeah, I ain't played in that yet. I think we've got a lower league team in that.
Lower league team, innit? Let me get it up. I'll quickly check. But yeah, we've got to be aiming for.
I think that's some point in this month, isn't it? We've got that. Normally the first couple of weeks of Jan.
Yeah, I think it's literally like a few games. Hold on, get it up. I've got all the darts up at the moment, so
I can't. Yeah, Morecambe. We've got Morecambe next Saturday.
Morecambe, yeah. Next Saturday.
Next Saturday, yeah.
We should be winning that game. So it's just another cup that we should be aiming for.
Yeah, another play the B team again.
While we're in it, we aim for it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, now we've gone through, like I said, we've gone through all the our individual, the overall current performance and where we are. Just want to touch base on all the individual players, and then after that we'll move on to the manager, and then we'll do the January window, and then we'll wrap it up at the end, and then we can call it a day.
Sweet.
So first player I want to talk about is obviously Rob Sanchez. How do you think he's been so far this season? Highest save percentage in the Prem, 78.2. That's quite high, you know.
No, that is good. 3 and 4 saves,
which is very good.
3 and 4 shots saved. That's not too bad.
I mean, my opinion on him is he's unreliable. You can't rely on him.
Yeah, no, I think everyone will say the same thing. He's a great, or I say he's a good shot stopper, but I don't trust him. I tell you what, one thing I do like about him, and he reminds me of Courtois in this, is when he comes for crosses. He is so good for crosses.
Yeah, he's very good for crosses. Yeah, sometimes he punches it though, and I'm not.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, you know, when Courtois used to come for a cross, it was like, oh, here we go.
You knew he'd got it straight away. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
Sanchez gives me that kind of vibe, but not.
I agree with
as
that.
Good.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, no, I don't trust him, especially with the ball at his feet. It's just.
Do you think Jorgensen's earned a start tomorrow?
I don't think he's going to start. I think he'll revert back to Sanchez. But if it was me, I know. Like, obviously, I watch your channel every week. I'm always in agreeing with you that Jorgensen should start over Sanchez.
Yeah, I think Jorgensen's been good. I mean, I think it's hard. I mean, when you look at that's thrown me a little bit, that save percentage. I'm not going to lie, because when you see that, you think you can't drop a goalkeeper if he's making saves.
Yeah, no, I get that. I do get that.
The problem with him is, you know, that he's going to make a mistake every single game. Like, it's every week.
Every week, it might even be a little shit mistake, but it's a mistake, and then
it's a mistake that could have led to a goal.
Yeah, and then that bleeds into the defense, like that confidence thing. You think, oh my god, like
exactly that. That's my biggest thing. If your goalkeeper's no good, your defense are looking at the defense are already in their head lost. You know what I mean?
That's my issue with it.
All right, so we'll go on to Cucurella then.
Oh, I love the geezer. I love him. I just think, like, I'll say it, and I've been saying it. He's the best left back in the league this season by a mile.
I was just about to say that. I was about to ask you that.
A lot of people have said Anthony Robertson's been doing well, and he has. I'll give him that. I'll give him credit where it's true.
The Fulham.
Robertson's been doing well. Yeah. And then people have been saying Gvardiol, and I think like because he's got people said Gvardiol because he's got a few goals.
Because
he's got the high FPL. But even I think it was either Gary Neville or Jamie Carragher done their team of the season this season. They put him left back. I was thinking, mate, have you been watching him play football?
He made again. Was it Spurs?
It's not even the mistakes he's made that you think. Yeah, it's even his just general play. I just feel like he's lacking, and then he'll get a goal, and then you think, oh, well, he's made up for it because he's got a goal. But that's not his job. His job's to defend. He's a left back.
I'm proper like Cucurella. He was, like I said, when he was at Brighton, he was one of my favourite players. I was like, we need to sign this player, and we're starting to see that player again. He gets into very high positions, dangerous. I mean, he's starting to score goals now. Like, it's ridiculous. So his pressing is just relentless. He wins the ball high up in the pitch. He just carried on his good form.
He's the biggest shit ass in the Premier
League.
I love
it.
it.
They all boo him.
I love it. Everyone hates him. Everyone hates him, and he loves it. He loves the fact that everyone hates him.
I hate his hair, but I love his hair at the same time. It's one of them ones. He's just running around with his long hair.
That's it. Just flops up and down while he's running.
But I'll be honest with you, I do think he's one of these last 3 games. I do think he could have been a little bit better these last few games.
It annoyed me obviously that the red card he got after the final whistle the other week.
Yeah, that was stupid, man.
It was stupid, and then you miss him for the next game, and then they play Gusto at left back and Dizazi at right back. We need consistency at the back at the minute.
I agree with that.
But in his defence, he didn't do anything wrong in that instance for him to get sent off.
Didn't do nothing.
The geezer pushed him, and he got a yellow card for it.
And he got a yellow card for it.
Yeah.
Mad.
So,
what about Renato Vieira? Good addition.
He's a good addition to the squad at the minute. I think he's got a good future ahead of him. Versatile, can play centre back, can play left back, also he can play holding midfield if he needs to. Good addition to the squad. I'm happy with him.
He's done well in the UCL anyway, so scored a couple of goals as well. A little rumour that he doesn't train well though.
Hazard didn't train well. Do you know what I mean? If they don't train well, it's not the end of the world as long as they play well. I'm one because obviously, as you know me when I was younger, I wasn't the best trainer. I was just like fucking about and whatever else. But if you can perform at the weekend, that's when it matters. So,
look where you ended up.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
We won't talk about me.
Absolutely unreal, and injuries done me.
Yeah, injuries done you. The old ACL.
But he's a centre back as well, so you think obviously?
That's what I like about him. Yeah, left-footed, versatile.
So you're not really going to put him in with Colwell if you've got 2 lefts.
No. But it's good for the squad. It's always good for the squad. If Colwell's injured and Badiashile seems to be injured at the minute, so it's a good addition to the squad. I'm happy with him.
Good at the weekend, hardly. What's he talking about? What's your darts, Fuller? We're just talking about my career, how good I was, and it's just the ACL that done me. Ruined my career.
He's talking about me good at the weekend, hardly.
Oh, okay. I'm good at training. Rums at training, but good at the weekend. Yeah, hardly. Okay, I get it. Yeah, Littler's he's just relentless, man. He don't give you no breathing space at all. He just absolutely hammers you, man. But MVG was poor today. I'm not going to lie. He was crap. He was sloppy.
You have to play well and hope that Littler's and try and stop him from playing.
Well, I was saying before the match, I was like, MVG is a momentum player. If he gets going, it'll be hard to catch. But if Littler, like he did, 4-0 head start, you ain't catching him. It's done. Finished.
No, it's done. Game's done.
So, right, that's Viega. What about Levi Cole? How do you think he's been this season?
I like Colwell a lot, man. He's still so young. There's a lot still for him to learn. But for him, where he is at age-wise, I'm happy with him. Very happy with him.
Good night, Frank. Sweet dreams, mate.
Bring us in a drink on your way up.
Could have carried on listening. Put your headphones in while you're going to bed. Anyway, Levi Cole. For me, he hasn't been a standout performer. Do you know what I mean?
No, he hasn't.
You don't come off the pitch going, "Oh, Levi Cole."
He's had a couple of games where I thought he's had a couple of games where I thought, "God, like this is the player that he's been waiting for at centre back." But he's still young. I think he's got a lot to learn.
I think he needs to get a little bit more physical with the. Do you know what I mean? Get up for it and just show a little bit more. Be a bit dirty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he likes all the stuff off the ball. You know what I mean? He'll get involved in the fight off the ball, but on the ball, like I thought against Ipswich, Delap just bullied our centre backs. I just feel like that's where you want someone to be like. Like Silva weren't having that. Do you know what I mean? Silva would be like, "Get off me!" Yeah. 19-year-old prick. Do you know what I mean? Whatever he is.
Yeah, no, definitely.
kind of just think he needs, but I don't know. I like Levi Cole. I think he's got a good future ahead of him. So we'll see how that goes. Wesley Fofana out for the rest of the season, apparently. What do you do with that? 80 million.
You just got to cut your losses. You've got to cut your losses now. Do you know what I mean? Try and get him alone next season. Try and get him alone next season and off you trot, son.
He ain't played a full season since he's been here. It's beyond. Like, he's on a lot of money as well.
Yeah, he's on but that's the thing. When you sign a player with an ACL injury, it's hard for them to get back. Do you know what I mean? They have to have a good recovery for them to get back. And if they start getting little niggly injuries and things like that, then I think it's got to a point now where he's got to go. I don't think he's ever going to be the player that he was and should be.
Yeah, do you know what? I can't lie, I agree with you. I think he's time's up. If I'm being honest, I mean, I like him as a player. He can be a little bit sloppy on the ball sometimes, like you say. But I thought with him next to Colwell, we were starting to see a little bit of bringing back a bit of confidence in the defence. But obviously, I think we've got to start talking about him not being there. Do you know what I mean? And it sounds wrong, but I say this about Reece James as well. You've got to start preparing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Without Reece James and just focusing on the team. And if he is there, I wouldn't get rid of him. I would don't get me wrong. I would not get rid of Reece James unless he wanted.
You wouldn't, no.
No, but it would be a case of like
a lot of money though, man. I think he's one of the highest paid players, isn't he? I'm sure he is. I'm sure we give him that big contract where he's on that big star.
He's on like 200.
No, I think he's on more than that.
More?
I think he's on more than that. I'm sure him and Chilwell are on like 300k. I think I'm not 100% sure, but you can't have two fullbacks that can't stay fit on that much though, and especially one of them they don't even want.
I mean, you saw it in the chat earlier. I said we've got to start getting rid of these players that too injury prone and not giving anything back. So that's players like Fofana. It's sad to say, but Reece James, Chilwell's one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, if Lavia's record don't improve, you got to start thinking about like what have we done here with him as well, because we need these players full time. And Lavia's on that contract, they should be okay, to be fair. But I don't know. It's one of them ones where we can't rely on these players. I mean, Badia Shill is also one who's got quite a bad record for injuries. Get injured all the time. So why we can't rely on these players? We just got to bring players in my opinion. Anyway, let's move on. How do you say Tosin's surname? Adara Bayo.
Adibayo. Hold on. I know how to say it, but I need to look at it to say it.
Adara Bayo. I think I said it right there. Do you know what? It's a bit of a tongue twister for me. Every time I say it,
I'm not even.
Someone said it to me the other day, and I could say it easy after that. But when I'm reading it, tongue twister me. So I just call him Tosin. It sounds bad, but yeah.
But he wants to be called Tosin, to be fair.
Oh, there you go then. Easy. Tosin. We'll just call him Dave.
That's it.
Typical English ignorance. But yeah. I think he's been all right. I think he's been a good addition in terms of like squad player. But I think it's been a little bit unfair to him that he's had to play alongside Badia Shill and Disasi. Because when he plays with them, they're shocking. So it's like it's a bit unfair on him. I think he's aerial duels. He's sick at. Like he wins every single header. He struggled against Dilap.
He's a big, tall boy, but Dilap's a strong physical boy. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be games where centre backs are going to struggle against certain types of strikers, but I feel like as a 26-year-old centre back, you shouldn't be struggling against a 19-year-old striker the way he did. But same time, I do like Tosin. I think like he's a good signing addition to the squad on a free. So yeah, I mean, good little bit of business. If we end up selling him, happy days. If not, then we've got a decent little player there.
Badia Shill?
No, I don't think he's cut. He's not cut out for it anymore. I'm not having him. I'm not having him.
He's had about a couple good games recently. Other than that, he's been poor, hasn't he?
Yeah, no, like I said, when he first came in, I was thinking, we've got a decent little player here. Like, he's probably going to keep Cole. He could keep Cole without the team, and then
not good enough.
No, not good enough.
Sometimes he's really good at like passing the ball through the lines, and then
yeah,
sometimes it's just so sloppy.
Yeah,
Axel Disaster. It's in the name. Get rid.
It's in the name. Yeah, get rid. He's got to go, man.
He ain't good enough. I've said it since the first game I watched him. I was like, he ain't good enough. Get rid of him.
He's not been good enough since I clocked that he looked like Dad.
Wait, we can clip this after and send that to him, you know. Reece James has played 3 games, so it's really hard to say whether he's been good enough. Do you know what I mean? It's just another one of them seasons so far for him.
Yeah,
a bit frustrating, really. Gusto.
I really like Gusto. I do really like him. I just feel like he's one of them players, and I liken him to Jorginho in a sense that when he's really good, when he's good, he's really good, and when he's bad, he's really bad. And I find that, I sort of used to say that a lot about Jorginho. Gusto, he is the epitome of a winger turned right back. Because sometimes you think he's got like a winger in his pocket because he knows what the winger's going to do. Sometimes I just think like passing the ball out from the back, for argument's sake, it's just like he'll play a sloppy pass or leave the ball 5 yards too short. The opposing team will just cut out a pass because kind of thing.
Do you think we miss his overlap? You know, we're doing this inverted role. Do you think
he loved an overlap? He did like an overlap, and he got a good delivery of the ball more often than not. I mean, you could say we miss his overlap, but sometimes, I don't know if you remember when Azpilicueta used to play in that back 3, and he used to step up into that sort of channel where
and cross it in, innit?
Yeah, cross it in from there. I feel like he should really be doing that a bit more, kind of thing. Yeah, Morata. Yeah, it was Morata. I feel like we should be doing that a bit more with him because I feel like he's got the ability to do it.
I do kind of think that his role this season has been a little bit up in the air.
Yeah, it's been a bit up in the air because I think it's going to take him time to develop into that role. But there is a very good player in there, and he's still very young.
What about Joshua Akiompong?
I like the look of him. I like the look of him. He hasn't played much. Obviously, there was that big dispute about the whole contract situation, and he weren't playing and whatever else. He weren't in the squads and all of that. But that seems to be sorted now, which sort of might tell me a little bit about the whole Reece James situation. That
I think he needs to be used more.
But what I have seen of him, he does look very good. But I think we need to see him against a better.
What is he? A right back, centre back, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's one of them sort of players. He's a right back, centre back
in a free,
which suits our defence at the minute because he can tuck in when we do the inverted role.
All right, moving on to the next player. For me, best player of the season so far, Caicedo.
Yeah, that's my boy. I love him. I absolutely love him. Like he's every time I watch him, he reminds me more and more of Kante in terms of the relentlessness. I'm not saying he's the same type of player to Kante, but it's constant energy. He does not. My only one, and this is my only one critique of him, is he tries to win every ball when he doesn't need to try and win every ball. But
let someone else do it.
Not even that. Like the ball could be coming towards him, and he's got no chance of winning it. He just tries to win it. But that's the sort of player he's just combative. He loves a challenge, so I can't knock him. I just think he's unbelievable. So I love him.
I think in this little period,
we look like we will sign him.
I've been saying over the last couple of games, I think he's had a little bit of a dip in terms of just his overall quality on the ball. But defensively, I just think he's amazing. I think he's been ridiculous. I think he's got like his leading stats for tackles across the Prem. I think he's second for interceptions for. No, he's leading interceptions, but he's second.
Yeah, I was going to say I think he was leading. I think he was leading. I was going to say.
So in terms of defensive stats, he's just killing it at the moment. So he's been, for me, the best centre mid in the Prem this season so far.
I can't argue with that. Can't argue.
What about Mr. Enzo Fernandez? Dumped his missus, got rid of her, and since then, blinder.
Flying high.
Before that, she was holding him back.
I mean, he's one of them players that we all saw the ability was there in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Can you adapt to the Prem? And it's taken him a lot long. It's taken him a lot longer than we wanted it to, and it's not. It doesn't help the fact that what his price tag was. But when you sign a player for that much, you expect that pressure.
Yeah, and, I agree. I mean, I've always been critical of him, haven't I?
Yeah, no, you have, but I don't think you was wrongly critical of him because he wasn't performing. And
I've always said he was a good player. When everyone said to me, "Oh, you think he's shit?" I said, "No, I don't think he's shit. I think he's a good player. But he just hasn't done it for Chelsea. So like, I'm going to maintain what I'm saying." But recently, I just think he's been brilliant. Now I watch him and I enjoy what he does. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not frustrated he's let the guy run past him. Not frustrated he's fallen on the floor or he's done a pass that's shit. Like I think now I'm seeing
with him he's always looking forward and he's always trying to get the ball, keep the ball ticking and trying to make things happen and creates little spaces for players and things like that. That is one thing he's good at.
Do you think Maresca's got a bit of a role in playing in developing him this season?
Yeah, because I think it's the system. Because where we've gone for that, we now invert it, creates that extra player in the middle that gives him the license to push forward, and he hasn't got to chase back because we seem to have closed off the defensive spaces if we do lose the ball, kind of thing. I think
even tracking back, he's been good tracking back as well.
No, he does it. I feel like he's always worked hard. But his problem has always been where he's not got the legs for the Prem. He's always struggled to get back in time.
Yeah. No, but it's always like a millisecond behind everybody else.
Yeah, literally. And you can't be that. You can't be that in the Prem. You've got to have the legs. Or like I likened him to Fabregas, but because Fabregas never had the legs, but Fabregas knew where to be at every single second of that game, so he never got caught out because of his legs. I always said Enzo needs to watch Fabregas and base his game around that.
And base his game on that, definitely, 100% agree. Lavia.
I really like Lavia. He just needs to stay fit. That's all I can say.
Completely agree. Yeah. I think his ceiling is so high. He just needs to stay fit. Literally that.
It does make you wonder why City have sold him, but
maybe it's the injuries.
Maybe it could be injuries. Yeah.
Dewsbury Hall.
Flattered to the seat, just he's just not.
It's just really average, isn't it? There's nothing to say really. I think we all know where that's going. Let's be honest. He's I'm not going to sit here and say he's shit. I'm just going to sit here and say
he's not. If we can make the money back that we've signed him for, or even take a little bit of an L, then it is what it is. But I don't even know if I wouldn't sell him now. I think keep hold of him now and then sell him at the end of the season.
Kind of reminds me of a Danny Drinkwater signing, that, you know.
Yeah, that's him. That gives me the exact same.
They're not shit, but they're just not
where we want to be.
They're not that level. Let's be honest. He's not a Champions League player. That's where we're trying to go. So
yeah, you imagine him in the Champions League next season against Valverde and people like that, and say, it's just not good enough.
The boy Cole Palmer.
The boy, you run out of things to say about the boy, didn't you? It's just even when they're trying to mark him out the game, they're trying to double up on him. The minute he gets half a yard of space, he makes something happen. It's crazy.
He's got a bit of magic to him, isn't he?
Oh, mate,
you know how we watch Eden Hazard and we go, we just know he's going to do something.
Yeah,
no matter what.
He's not anywhere near the type of player that Hazard was, but he gives you that. He still gives you that kind of.
That you know, like
something's going to happen when he's got the ball. He can change the game like that.
Like that Fulham goal, I was not expecting that at all. Like just
no one was. Leno wasn't expecting it.
I was like, where did that come from? Do you know what I mean?
Where did it come from? He literally passed the ball into the net from 20 yards.
Ridiculous. For me, incredible. He's a top player. He's defo up there as one of the best in the Prem right now. I'm not saying he is. For me, that's Mo Salah without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
and I think he's defo in the conversations about how good he is in the world. Like, I don't want anybody to. Do you know what I mean? In world football, they're talking about Cole Palmer. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got a massive PR train as well, but like
crazy. You see people in cricket. People in cricket are doing the Cole Palmer celebration. People in freaking. I've seen it in. They even done it in the NFL the other day. In the NFL, that is crazy. He's reaching crazy places.
Like,
so
I'm not saying that he's pushing for the Ballon d'Or or anything like that, but
it's too early. It's too early to be talking like that. Let's see him in the Champions League. Let's see him what he's doing for England and things like that. But
I think any down-to-earth football fan would agree that there's potential there to go that far if he can maintain.
Yeah, if he maintains his levels, 100%. If he can take this form, if he can take this form into England, into the Champions League, you can't deny it. You can't deny it. And this is what I always said about Saka when everyone was talking about Saka being this player. I said, listen, let's see what he does in the Champions League, and then we can talk about him being this one of the best wingers in the world and things like that.
What do you think of Saka now? Then now you've seen him in the Champions League.
I don't think he's done amazing in the Champions League. He's done all right in the early stages, in the group stages and things like that. But it's the latter stages, and that's when Vinicius stepped up last season. Bellingham done it in the first half of the season. Vinicius stepped up in the back end of the season. Do you know what I mean? So that's the crunch games when you're in the semis, the quarters, the finals. That's when you want your big players to stand up and say, "Yeah, I'm going to grab the game by the scruff, and then I'm going to win this game for the team."
I'm a big fan of him. I do like him, but I just think there's just something missing about his game. And I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is, but I just look at him and go, there's something missing there. And I don't know. It might just be the fact that he plays for Arsenal. I think they're ruining him.
It could be. Listen, they play him every minute of every game.
I think they're ruining him. I'm not going to lie. Now he's done his hammy. There's a rumour that I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, nearly tore off the bone, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's bullshit because you don't tear a hamstring off the bone; it comes off the tendon, doesn't it? So I think that's a lie. But apparently, it was a bad tear. Now it could be fans.
It was only a matter of time before it was going to happen 100%. because of the fact that they play him every minute of every game.
Yeah, but I think
they'll go 3-0, 4-0 up, and he's still playing him. It just don't make sense.
I don't. I mean, he's under Emery. He was on fire. He was ridiculous under Emery. He's very consistent. He's a very good. He's a very good player. I'm not going to lie.
He's a good player. He's a very good player. I agree with you in a sense that for me, I just feel like there is something missing with him. But
he needs to leave that club. I'll be honest with you. He needs to go somewhere else. That's the truth. Like if City came in for him.
You took the words out of my mouth. I think he'd do
absolute madness.
Cutting in on that left wing, on that right wing, cutting in on that right wing, putting it on Haaland's head every week. I think you're guaranteed.
Right, where are we? We're talking about. We was on Palmer, weren't we?
Yeah,
talking about how much better he is than Saka. So he's been playing a central role this season, and he popping up.
Yeah.
Like little bits of magic here and there. He was unbelievable in the Brighton game. He's been scoring penalties, scoring free kicks, offers such a different range of goals. His passing's ridiculous. Creativity is just like his football brain is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's mad. It is mad.
That signing for me, obviously, is going to be the best one under the Bowley era at the moment and the Clear Lake era, you want to call it. But do you think that Maresca should really try and utilise him back on the right wing every now and again? Play maybe Nkunku in the middle or Felix? Try and switch it up a little bit.
Yes and no.
Season that he had off the right wing, we know that he can play there. You know what I mean?
Only reason I say no is because I prefer Neto off of the right wing. And I'm not saying that Neto's a better right winger or a better player than Palmer, but I feel like putting Neto on the right wing and Palmer in the middle is probably our best option for them two positions. Yeah, if that works together, do you get what I'm trying to say? Naturally, I think our best attacking midfield three is Sancho, Palmer, and Neto along the line like that. So I wouldn't prefer Nkunku centrally and Palmer right over Palmer central and Neto right, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's my opinion on things. The only thing that is frustrating me in a sense is that when you get Palmer that likes to drift out to the right, you've got 2 left-footed players that are on that right wing. So no one gives you that line option.
Yeah, I know
Neto doesn't mind going onto his right foot.
I know what you're saying.
It's not his preferred thing to do. So that's my only thing that annoys me a little bit. But it's as I say, it's not a problem because it seems to be working at the minute.
All right, cool. Next one, Misha Mudryk.
I mean, he's done all right in the Conference League. He's another one. He's just
there's some improvement there. I'm not going to lie.
There is. He couldn't have got any worse. But
I was about to say, I do not like this guy at all. I think he's fucking useless.
Yeah,
I do have hope that he is going to develop into something because I see glimmers of like a good player there.
No, you do see that. But the worrying thing is for me that you only see it in the Conference League against the teams that are likely that was playing Shakhtar every week. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So was that his level? Was he ever going to get much better than that kind of thing?
To me, at the start of the season, I said he's got 6 months until he's going. It's been 6 months. He's now suspended. Depending on what comes out of that, he's done. I think that will be it. If he comes out that he's banned, get rid. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Unfortunately.
That is the thing. I think that is the thing with him. It's like like you said that I was in a similar sort of boat to you. I wasn't as critical of him as you were. You were sort of on his case like week in, week out. There was times for me that there's something there. He's just not got a footballing brain. I feel like there's technical ability there, no footballing brain there. It was whether he could improve that side of his game, and I feel like Maresca has improved it a bit, but then now he's got this fucking ban looming. You think what's going to come of it? So yeah, it may be best to get rid.
He was making some moves, and then he goes and that comes out. You just think like there's no hope for this guy. Like it's just not going to work with him. That's how it looks like to me. But yeah, Sancho. What do you think of Sancho?
I like Sancho a lot. I liked him when he was at Dortmund. I don't think the United move was the right move for him to make.
No, definitely not.
Him coming into us made a lot of sense. I think it made a lot of sense in being close to home where he grew up. We was, like I said to you earlier, we was his boyhood club. He loved Chelsea growing up. So I think he's come in at a clean slate and he's done well. He's done very well. There's been games where, like I said earlier as well, where he's not been great, but I think you're going to get that, especially with wingers. You are going to get that.
Cool. What about Tariq George? We haven't seen much of him, but
no, I only really seen him. Yeah, he looks all right. He looks like a decent player. Yeah.
Not sure if he's ever going to break through properly, but he seems like a little tricky player. If he can just keep doing what he's doing, then maybe he will.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a perfect opportunity at the minute for him because we're struggling. Well, not struggling, but Mudryk's obviously whatever's happened to him has happened to him. So that
starting to thin up a little bit.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's starting to thin up a little bit. But to be fair, we're getting players back now. James and Lavia are coming back. That's 2 players back out of what was looking like a long list. So I guess it's coming back. Pedro Neto.
Yeah, I like Neto. I like him a lot.
Good signing so far. A lot of people are not rating what he's doing, you know.
Yeah, but this is what we were saying earlier about the goals and assists side of things.
I think that's what
because you're a winger, you've got to have the goals and assists, and sometimes you've just got to watch what he does on the pitch and think, yeah, he's had a good game today. He might not have got a goal and an assist, but he's played well. He's give the fullback a horrible day.
No,
the fullback's got to know that he's been in a game today. So that's what I like.
Noni Madueke.
Had a very good start to the season, and he's drifted off a bit. I feel like he needs to sort his head out for us to get the best out of him.
You reckon? Well, you think he's just in his own head, trying too hard, and
sure, yeah, just make sure he consistently does the right things. 9 times out of 10, do the right thing, and that is what Saka does to make him such a good player.
Yeah,
and
I
said it a couple of months ago that Madueke reminds me a lot of Saka because he can go on his left, go on his right, but the difference between Madueke and Saka.
We got abuse for that, didn't we?
I said it.
I agree with
we
you.
were both saying it in the group chat. Yeah, and I said the difference.
Yeah.
The difference between Saka and Madueke is decision making, and I'll stand on that.
Got abused for that, but yeah, no, I absolutely agree. If he improves his G&A, there's no. They play very similar, in my opinion, in terms of both run down the line, both get out their defender, both love driving into the box, getting the ball across the goal, or cutting in and shooting. Similarities there, but one's better than the other at it. Do you know what I mean? And that's
one. Yeah, and that is it. And that is what I'm trying to say. Like, I think Saka's probably got a bit better of a delivery than what, or not a bit. He has got a better delivery than what Madueke's got.
Better shooting, everything.
Yeah, he's better. He's all round game is better, but his decision making is what makes him just that couple of tiers above Madueke.
We kind of touched on João Felix earlier. I don't know if we want to do him again. For me, he's been all right. Nothing special. Just needs to get more, like you said, G&A.
Yeah.
I think he'll be good. This one's an interesting one for me. Nkunku. Now he hasn't played much. He's not getting much game time. He's playing in the UCL, which is a bit of like, I mean, I think I'd do all right in that league. I'm not going to lie. Not playing in the position that he should be. When he's playing, he's going striker. What do you think? Been all right? Underwhelming?
Underwhelming. Yeah, he's very underwhelming. Like I had all the highest hopes in the world for him.
For a player that's got so much expectation, and
the thing is as well, there is so much ability in that player.
100% good player.
It's just sort of trying to get it out of him, and I don't think it helps him. 1 week he's playing up front, next week he's playing in a 10, next week he's playing off the left. It's like there's no consistency there for him.
I do agree. If he had a little bit of consistency, it would be easier for me to make an opinion on it. But right now,
100%.
I've just got to judge it on what I've seen right now, and I've been underwhelmed. Even when he's had his opportunity, I thought. The next one, Nicholas Jackson.
He's just one of them players. It's funny. Someone described it to me. They said Jackson is the best finisher in the world when he's offside. I swear to God, he finishes everything when he's offside. He finishes absolutely everything, but when he's onside,
he's always offside.
Chance,
No, I get it. For me, I think he's a good finisher. I actually think he can finish, but
he can finish. I just
think he has brain farts. Like I just think at certain moments his mind just goes and he don't know what to do.
That finish against Leicester was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean? And the one against Brentford as well, where he just smashed
finish against
I thought flipping hell. And West Ham, where he ran through and slotted it, I was like, okay, we're getting something out of this player.
That's the thing, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like he can do it. It's consistently getting him to do it, and then we've got a striker on our hand. Like we have got a proper striker.
He's massive, I think. Yeah, and he came off against Spurs and he was crying, weren't he? Because he didn't score. I think after that he had a little bit of a hit to his confidence. After that. But then again, he scored against Brentford after that. So
that's it. Listen, you know I think he works his socks off. He's a proper, like a bit of a throwback striker in that sense. He runs the channels well and all of that. But it's just, I think if he can just polish up in the box, like I said, we've got a striker.
Well, let's put it this way. If he gets injured, what are we going to do?
Don't know.
Nkunku's not really.
There ain't.
Would you play Gui? How do you say his name? Mark Gui?
I think it's Gui.
We'll just call him Mark.
Yeah, we'll just call you Mark. Marky G. I don't know. Why not? Why not?
I think he's all right. I like him. I think he's a
that's what I'm saying. He is a proper number. He reminds me of Jackson in a sense that if he can polish up in the box, we've got another great striker on our hands because he's got everything else. He's not he's not as quick as Jackson, but he's like got a little bit of pace about him. He does not stop pressing defenders. Yeah, we've potential to be to have a good striker on our hands.
There's 3 other players that I was gonna ask about, but they haven't really played. Chukwuemeka, Cassidy, and Chilwell. So we can't really have a comment on what they've done this season because they haven't played.
No.
But we'll get onto them in a minute. We're nearly there anyway. We've been going for 2 hours. This has been good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Well,
flown by.
We'll just quickly do Enzo Maresca. I'll just give, for me, to date, I think he's done brilliant. It's been a breath of fresh air for the club.
100%.
Tactically, like everything, like it completely changed everything from what we saw last season with Poch.
He's been a breath of fresh air. I think that's a good way of putting it.
Exactly that.
Even in interviews. Even in
interviews, he says the right things. He brings a sense of calm.
Yeah,
we're doing. He won Chelsea fans over quite quickly.
Yeah.
Over the last few games, I think some mistakes have been creeping in from him for like playing people out of position, playing certain players, not making substitutions at certain times. Some of the subs have been a bit funny, but like that's nothing that I didn't expect from a manager. Full stop. I don't even expect Pep to be perfect all the way through the season. Do you know what I mean? I expect
of course not.
A team to go up and down until we find out where we are. And it's just, Liverpool have been amazing this season, like amazing start. Things could have been different if that was. Do you know what I mean? We could all be a little bit closer in the pack if Liverpool weren't doing so well. But I just think like I said, he's changed it to a point where like he's made Chelsea fans happy again, excited to watch the game.
Definitely,
I thought it was a lot more exciting. Yeah,
and like I've wanted to go to Chelsea this season.
Exactly that.
You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, there's been times where, like over the last couple of seasons, I am dreading that hour and a half journey home, sitting there knowing that we've just fucking got thumped by Wolves, or we've drawn against a relegation, like we drew against fucking Burnley and Sheffield United last season. You just think, oh my days, like pulling your hair out on the way I'm just listening to talk sport, and do you know what I mean? So I'm enjoying going to Stamford Bridge at the minute, which is something that I've not done for a while.
So we're nearly wrapping it up, man. We're in January, obviously, at the moment. Transfer window's open. Is there anybody that you would sign right now? Is there anybody that you'd get rid of right now?
I think the obvious ones are Chilwell. I think's got to go at some point, whether it's now, whether it's at the end of the season. He's got to go. It'd be good to get him off the wage bill. Be interesting to see what he wants to do with Chukwuemeka. Like we mentioned him. I like him personally. He doesn't seem to have a place in the team at the minute.
I think that's unfortunate. I think he's a brilliant player,
Yeah, no, he's a very good player, and he's probably one of them players that we could probably like make a profit on to sort of balance out the books. But I don't know if I want to do that. I'm willing to give him a loan deal to sort of see what he can do and hopefully impress.
Yeah, loan deal sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, come back next season. Off the top of my head, the obvious ones as well is Disasi as well. I don't think we're going to get rid of him at the minute. So, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Someone,
yeah, someone coming in.
Like Sterling in the summer, probably get rid of.
Yeah, I don't really rate him. I don't really rate him. No, if I'm being honest, I would have rather saying that. No, I was going to say I would have rather have kept Santos and sent Cassidy on loan, but I think the loan for Santos this season is going to do him wonders. That he's going to do him wonders, and he's going to come back next season and be other than that, I don't really think there's a player that I really can think about coming in. I know there's a striker at Frankfurt that's doing very well at the minute. Whether we want to look at bringing him in, but
would you sign Delap?
No, not right now. I wouldn't. No. And City have got first refusal on him, haven't they?
There's rumours of Delap and Evan Ferguson.
Evan Ferguson can't get a break game at Brighton. Why are we signing him?
But if we sign him, I'll be fucking fuming. I'll be honest with you. If we sign him, I know that they wanted to buy Brighton in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Like, just giving them money. Giving them money.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
I think I wouldn't mind Delap. After watching that Ipswich performance, I thought this.
Listen, He's a big, strong, quick boy. Like he's got something about him.
20 years old, and he was bullying that defense. Like just rough. First 5 minutes, he just smashed them. Tosin and Cole just. Here you go, I'm here, mate.
That's a throwback striker letting the centre backs know.
I'm here. Like a bit of Diego Costa, just fucking get off me, kind of thing. I'd love to sign a player like him again.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm not anti-signing him, but for the money that we're probably going to have to pay for him, because of, I think Ipswich are going to go down. So signing him this season. He's going to be too much money, because the only chance of them staying up is him. You know what I'm trying to say. So I think his price tag will go down in the summer.
So January, you're not expecting anything, no?
No, not really, unless we try and sign a replacement for Mudryk, because obviously the band's looming over his head. But who that could, I think just give Tyreek.
Recall Sterling.
You know. No, thank you.
There's one player that I'm going to do a live stream. Well, I might do a live stream on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. I might not. I'm going to watch Lens, whatever you say it. That Kusanov, that centre back.
You mentioned him earlier.
He looks like an animal, but he's linked with. Oh, what's going on there? 1 second. Fucking div. Didn't plug in the charger, did I? The light's gone off.
Oh, the light.
Yeah. Been going for 2 hours. That's not bad though. Thinking, what's going on here? Sort my lighting out. That's what you need, one of these little light things. Sort your lighting out. But yeah, no, that Kusanov, that's what I'm going to look at. He looks like a decent centre back. Linked with Man City. It came out. Fabrizio looked at it, tweeted yesterday that he's on their radar. So I sent it off to Mayhem and Casey. Said, listen, remember I sent you this because this player's decent. So I'm going to watch his game at the weekend and see what we're at. But yeah.
Who they got, do you know?
Toulouse.
Oh, they've got Toulouse. Did you say that already? I won't.
No, I didn't. No. I'm going to try and go to a Lille game this year as well. You can come if you want.
Oh, you've done that a couple of times before, haven't you?
Yeah, that's my French team, man. Lille. Eden Hazard, Joe Cole.
That's it.
Decent team.
Not a bad little journey either, is it?
Nice. It's really easy to get to. We're going to wrap it up anyway. Before we go, where do you think we're going to be come the end of the season?
I think
obviously we can only base it off of what we've seen so far. So
yeah, I mean, I want to say third. Just because I can't see Forest maintaining it. But I do think City are
coming back.
A January signing away from being the force that they were, and I think if they can sign that, I think if they can sign Iramendi, but a lot of people are saying this as well: is do you want to sign for City full well knowing that when Rodgers fit, you're back on the bench? So it's
115 might kick. The thing is, the 115 might kick in, and they might be relegated with Man United.
Yeah,
so we never know.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Because Man United are on their way down, so
we can only pray.
We're doing a party, by the way, Man United relegation party. It'll be the Manchester relegation party.
Cool, imagine.
So, we'll get their kits and we'll do a little party and we'll live stream that as well. But yeah, no, listen, thanks for jumping on the stream. Appreciate it, T.
Thanks for having me.
And if you want to come on anytime, just let me know. We'll do this again because it's been good, man. 2 hours in, 2 hours and 10 minutes. We've had a massive chat, man. Don't think I spoke to you for this long in a long time.
God, fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm being.
It's been a while.
We've got Palace tomorrow. I'm going to do a live stream on that tomorrow. You can jump in on that if you want. I'm going to be doing that.
I'll try to be fair, but I've got a feeling
totally up to you.
I'll try to. I try to. I know I've got a couple of. I've got the kids and that tonight, so I've got.
That's fine. Just let me know, and you can.
But if I can, I will.
And we'll do it. But listen, thanks for tuning in. And anybody that is tuning in new to the channel, make sure you sub, like it, comment, all of that. Very much appreciated. Follow me on the other socials. Follow Tommy's. Do you know what I haven't put? I ain't put your details on there.
No, don't worry too much. I don't really do the Twitter side of things anymore. But
don't want them.
Mate, I might have to jump back on Twitter.
Do it, man. It's good. Do you know what it is?
No,
I jumped
I
off
always
of
like
it.
it. Or X, sorry, I'm that slow with it. I don't
No,
even
I
call
don't
it
call it.
X.
I still call it Twitter. So like
It'll always be Twitter to me.
I jumped off of it. Part of the reason why I've done this is because I was fed up with going on Twitter and just like my whole page was just flooded with shit that I didn't care about. So since I've come back onto it, obviously now it's developed into what I want to see, like all Chelsea stuff, all football stuff, and that's all I've ever tweeted about. So I try
your
to
algorithms have sorted themselves out.
Yeah, all my algorithms have kind of sorted itself out. So yeah, it's good, man. It's fun. I have a lot of arguments on there with Chelsea fans, debates. You get some knobby ones that just fucking tweet shit for the sake of tweeting it.
But that's what they do.
You get a lot of like they put shit out there just to try and get reactions. I don't like all that. Like a lot of people say that to me. Oh, tweet something, controversial. That get your numbers up. I don't like people that do that. So I don't really want to do that.
You'd rather say what you want to say and get it.
Exactly that. So yeah, but listen. Thanks for tuning in, and then
appreciate you having me, man.
Tomorrow, and I'll drop you a message. Yeah.
Well, worst case, I'll lock in either way if I'm at.
Sweet. Nice one. Appreciate it, mate.
Brother.
Nice one.
Take care. Bye.